shopgear.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So fat, man.
So sleazy.
What? Are you sick again?
Dude, did you watch WrestleMania? Okay. Literally, the day after WrestleMania, I got sick.
Of course you did.
Or should I say, the day that WrestleMania ended, I got sick.
Okay. Oh, fuck. God damn it, I cut myself. Only I would gig on a podcast.
Yep.
Well, let's talk about that entire weekend of hell on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
And welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Blue Smock Nancy, they're awesome. They let us use that wonderful song and selling differences. You can find them on iTunes and Spotify. Fat Man.
You sounded like me. I barely breathing and shit like that.
How many fucking hours of wrestling are we going to actually review this year?
Well, NXT was 3. What was freaking G1 Supercard? Was that 5?
5 hours.
And then WrestleMania was...
Well, 4.5.
Okay, 4.5. And technically, with the pre-show, WrestleMania was 7.5 hours long.
Only 7.5?
Only 7.5.
Yeah, well, fuck that shit.
So 4.5 and 7.5 is what? 13, 12, and 15 hours worth of fucking wrestling. And I watched 2 of these shows twice.
Okay, I didn't do that. And that's why you're the Hall of Famer.
That's why I'm the Hall of Famer. That's why I'm sick.
And that's why I'm smart.
Yes.
Let's start with Friday and work our way through it.
Okay.
I did end up watching a bunch of the other shows over the weekend through Fight TV. If you guys aren't familiar with Fight TV, this is not a plug. They're not a sponsor of us. I just legitimately like their service. They allow you to watch pro wrestling pay-per-views anywhere from free all the way up to $25. There are a bunch of them on over the course of the weekend. You could get the GCW Collective, which was about 12 shows for a total of $100, which is a pretty good deal considering all the talent that was on those shows. But anywho, let's get on to TakeOver, the first WWE show, and then the weekend.
Okay. This is TakeOver New York, even though it was in Brooklyn. So Brooklyn 5?
TakeOver Brooklyn 5, mate.
TakeOver Brooklyn 5. Hold on.
Why not? Oh, man.
All right.
That's a nice beer.
Delicious.
Also, not a sponsor, which is why we're not saying their name.
Right. TakeOver starts out with the NXT Tag Team titles. The War Raiders, who the fuck are they?
I don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are either. They defend against Ricochet and Aleister Black.
Okay, so I don't even remember the predictions on this show.
I think I picked Ricochet and Aleister Black. You picked the War Raiders. You were right. I just kind of felt that they were going to put NXT champions on the show for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, especially considering we have a lot of news regarding the War Raiders later.
Who?
The Berserkers.
Okay.
The War Machine.
Okay. This match was fucking amazing.
Of course it was.
It was fucking phenomenal. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 4.5 stars. That
underrating piece of shit.
I agree. 5 stars.
Absolutely.
Kicked off right off the bat. I gave it 4 and 3. This is one of the shows I watched twice, and I was watching my nieces while trying to watch this, and I gave it 4 3/4 while not paying attention to it, and I paid attention to it. It's 5 stars. Absolutely everything about this match was phenomenal. Easily War Machine, War Raiders, Berserkers, Viking Experience's best match they've ever had, in my opinion. Absolutely phenomenal. A little bit spotty, but at the same time there was psychology in it.
Everything had a purpose. Every movement had a purpose.
Everything was crisp. Everything was, they were in their spots exactly where they needed to be. The timing was amazing. you got to watch it. 5 stars. Like it's absolutely phenomenal.
I can't even put anything more on it. I mean, that's a perfect assessment of the match. It was absolutely wonderful.
And then the crowd gives them a standing ovation, which you gotta. It was great.
I mean, they got put over on the way out.
Yeah, well, they got to get their heat back, right? As we've been saying for the last month about them, but
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no, it was great that the crowd gave them the respect that they deserved. So, next match was the NXT North American title. Velveteen Dream defends against Matt Riddle. Now, I watched again the first time. I was like, man, I'm not really into this match. It's maybe about 3 stars. I just wasn't into it. Boy, was I fucking wrong. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 4.5. I gave it 4.25 on the second watching. Great match. Matt Riddle's going to be a star.
Of course.
Absolutely. So was Dream. Absolutely 100% going to be a star. The story of the match is that, Dream didn't win, he survived. And that was the way that they went about with that match. Still, great match.
I'm actually shocked hearing you say that because I heard your first rating before this. So
yeah, like when I actually was able to pay attention, like it was phenomenal. It went, oh God, I can't see, 17 minutes and 35 seconds. It seemed like it went longer than that, but it was. I think it was the right time was there. Great match again.
I do want to point out, and I think this is something that we really need to put out there a little bit more. You and I are doing this not from, well, we've been doing this for nearly 7 years now, but we're doing this from the perspective of watching it, enjoying it, ingesting it, and sometimes, and we proved it with our last year on awards, is that sometimes when our first watching happens, it may not be as good as we thought it was, or it would be better than we thought it was because moods change. Mine certainly does. There are times where I can watch a match and it's like, it's fucking shit. This one, I can only give you my first viewing experience of it, and it's still only 3.5. So I personally believe that it was the second worst match on the card.
We'll get to it.
Yeah. So we'll yeah, absolutely. But as it stands, I thought it was it was still a nice match. It didn't blow my socks off. And it might have been partially because I'm coming down from fucking War Machine versus, Black and Ricochet.
Right. And yeah, excuse me. Like I really think that, like I said, watching it the first time, like, man, I wasn't really into it. But watching it the second time, I was like, holy shit, this is way better than I thought it was.
Do you think it's because you caught more of the nuance of the match because you're paying attention more, or is it just a better mood?
No, I think I was actually able to pay attention more because even like you'll notice for the WrestleMania review, you're going to call me an overrated piece of shit several times because I actually rewatched the show and actually paid attention a little bit more to the matches than I did, you and me bitching about it while watching it. So, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, how long was it again?
Oh my God, it was so long.
Okay, I know. No, never mind. We'll get to it later.
Okay. WWE United Kingdom title. Pete Dunne defends against Volta. This match went 25 minutes and 40 seconds. They gave it time. They gave every match time on this card.
There's only 5 matches.
Right. Meltzer gave it 4.75 stars. I gave it 4.25. My notes said great match. Dunne is another guy who I think on the main roster has the potential to be a star. He only held the title for 685 days, but at the same time, he's absolute Wiggles.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mascot of the wrestling show, Wiggles, has entered the room.
She just wants some loving. Got laid by me, of course. Pete Dunne would be absolutely phenomenal. He's undersized, but he'll be a star. He knows a lot. Walter was impressive. It was one of my couple times I've seen him, so he's good. Wasn't your typical UK match. I mean, it was submission based, but not at the same time. It was weird. It was a lot submission based, but it was not. They're both trying to win the match too. So, and with Walter winning and being the champion, I think you're going to see kind of a different style match for the UK title than what you will with Dunn, because obviously Dunn's way smaller and Walter's bigger. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Again, 4 1/4, another great match. I don't know. I can't say anything more about it.
I think you're pretty close to me in terms of the rating. I gave it 4 stars straight. I thought that I think you're right. When people talk about British wrestling, they think of 1 of 2 types of matches. The Zack Sabre Jr. type match where it's like super, super technical and you get a submission out of it. That's more of where Pete Dunne is. And then you've got the British strong style that a lot of people talk about. That's where Walter fits in, and a lot of those, those big, beefy guys. That's why Ishii and to a lesser extent like Tanahashi, who's worked at shows in Rev Pro and Suzuki. You get that British strong style. And I think that Walter's reign will be completely British strong style from now until he drops it. So I absolutely agree with that. I think the clash of styles here is absolutely perfect to show off what Pete Dunne can do with a bigger opponent on the main roster. Because
I 100% agree with that, because obviously Pete Dunne's a smaller guy. Most of the guys are bigger. I'm not going to say that they're like 6'5", 280 like fucking Walter is, but
people look at Randy Orton and think he's not that tall. He's legit 6'7". So I mean, the guy stands almost toe to toe with Undertaker, and yet people don't really talk about how tall he is,
right?
Because in comparison to a lot of the other guys, he's about the same size too.
Yeah, so I think Dunne will be an absolute star again. Like, NXT's loaded.
Oh, absolutely.
Just absolutely great
on
talent.
both sides of the pond.
Right. All right. This will probably be Sleazy's worst match of the night. Fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's title. Shayna Baszler, I totally keep fucking her name up, defends against Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
So I'm not going to say it was a bad match. It was just the worst match of the night. Once again, my love for multi-person matches. This hit a lot of the same tropes that I hate about them. The square offs here, there, and everywhere. It's a little bit better with a fatal 4-way because you usually have 2 square offs, one inside the ring, one outside the ring. It didn't happen all that much. The Sky Pirates being in the match, okay, great. It was kind of a, they're a tag team, but are they going to fight each other? Blah, blah, blah. But that had already been established beforehand. I think you're going to say this was Belair's best match to date.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. But as a whole, it just made, I don't want to say it made everyone look weak. It's just
wrong.
That I think that you think it made everyone look weak?
No.
Okay,
I don't.
Okay, good.
Not at all.
I'm not going to say that it made everyone look weak, but I do believe that the point of the match was Baszler to have either a great victory, which I don't think happened here. Once again, she survived. She didn't really win.
I have that in my notes. Dave Mouser gave it 3 3/4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. I thought the match was still really good, great. I think the star of the match was the worst person on the show, which was Bianca Belair. And I think that needed to happen. I think she really needed to be that star to prove that, she can handle it, even though it was a multi-win match. The focus on the match was also Belair and Io Shirai because, they were the 2 people that really didn't have the title. So I think having them shine while the other 2 kind of just did a little bit, I think was great for the match. However, the one thing I hated about it was, this is a fatal 4-way match, is no DQ. Why not have the other 4 horsewomen come down and interfere when it made sense, and now she waves them off in the back before the match. I'm like, that makes no sense to me. Like, I understand it's like, oh, she overcame the odds being 3 people by herself without interference, but then she can't even beat Bianca Belair without interference. Like I
Right.
don't. I'm like that was the one thing I kind of like didn't like about it. Like it makes sense for them to interfere in the match, and there's no interference. When it doesn't make sense for them to interfere in the match, they interfere. But
And it could have easily been shied away because you had the Sky Pirates right there that would have easily dispatched them.
right,
So they would have.
and then you still could have had the same ending when Bianca Belair taps out.
Right.
It would have made perfect sense.
You could have had them fight to the back.
Yeah.
I
but
mean, it's not a great option,
especially
but
if
it's an
you're,
option.
especially if you're going to call up Kyrie saying that wouldn't make sense. Fighting him off in there, and I have this at 4 stars as the worst match.
Yeah, I mean,
At 4 stars,
I know.
the worst match.
fucking NXT, am I right?
Right. Okay. 2 out of 3 falls match for vacants. NXT title.
Well, you know how I don't like triple threat matches here.
Right. Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. This broke Meltzer's star rating. First time ever that a WWE match was over 5 stars.
Really?
He gave it 5.5 stars.
Fucking
What a mark.
goddamn fucking mark.
It is 100% a 5-star match. If you think this is not a 5-star match, I don't know what the fuck you've been for the last 2 years.
Really?
This is a masterclass of storytelling, and it's Johnny Gargano's story to tell. It was a culmination of a nearly 2-year-long feud of Gargano finally being able to overcome Ciampa, but obviously Ciampa's not in it because he got hurt. But to overcome Ciampa to finally win the NXT title. Maybe way too many kickouts at the end, but it actually helped the match because it proved that Gargano had heart, that he's never going to give up on his dream.
So, in other words, all heart Johnny Gargano had heart?
Right. I loved how the announcers were all like, he hasn't won at Barclays Center. Now he has to win 2 matches in that building, 2 out of 3 falls match to win the title. Just another little added piece. And that he only won 1 takeover match. And it was against Ciampa at New Orleans. So,
Right.
and he lost the rest. So he has to finally win at a takeover, but he has to do it twice. It's just absolutely phenomenal storytelling. I am not ashamed to admit this. I kind of choked up a little bit when Gargano won.
You know when I choked up? I will absolutely tell you when I choked up. Ciampa came out.
That didn't help either.
Oh my God, I lost it.
But when he won, I was like, if you are not human if you don't get emotional about that match, about him winning, and that's part of the reason why it's absolutely a 5-star match. You're so invested in this guy. You're so invested in his story. And then when Ciampa came out, I literally loved that Ciampa came out. Mm-hmm. Made sense. Everything came around. Man, absolutely phenomenal match. And, of course, it's Johnny Gargano, 5 stars. 2 5-star matches on this show. The worst match is 4 stars. How can you not go 10 out of 10 on the show? It may be the best wrestling show I've ever seen in my life.
Wow. I have to agree with you 100%.
It may be the best show I've ever seen in my life. And the one regret about not going down there is not going to this show.
Yeah.
Like,
God. Although I'm going to have to say, would it have been that good live?
I think so.
I think you'd have to get really close.
Oh, Barclays Center's only 15,000 people. I think the emotion in that building, you could tell.
How big is a HSBC arena again?
It's like 19.
Okay, so it's a little bit bigger.
HSBC's bigger.
Okay. Trying to think of a place that we've been to that would have been close.
Probably Albany.
Is Albany?
Albany may be like a couple hundred bigger, a couple thousand bigger, like 17,000 compared to 15. But
so about
yeah.
there. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there, because that's one of my big pet peeves about wrestling these days is that you get up to a certain point where you can barely feel the energy of the show, and it's just like, But I will say that this was the first time I choked up since the, I want to say the Sasha Banks Bayley match. That was my match of the year. It was amazing. There was a Gregory Iron sighting. There was everything that you wanted in a culmination of a story. It's absolutely everything that you wanted. There were many different times that we will probably talk about. Why didn't you just pay it off? We'll talk about that one later. But I think the show is absolutely phenomenal. I give it 10 out of 10. I'm going to say, fuck you guys. I agree with Dave Meltzer. 5.5 stars.
I don't go.
I know you.
I don't go with negative stars. I don't go over 5. But
I can't give 5 stars to a match that is. I'm basically saying that it's the same as the War Raiders Black Ricochet match, and it isn't. It's way above. But that match was so great that it needs a 5-star rating too. So I have to go above. I really do, because it brought the emotion that I love about professional wrestling more than anything else in my life. And thankfully it happened to one of the greatest guys in professional wrestling. Legitimately one of the nicest.
You asked me during WrestleMania while we were watching it live, who's the next big babyface WWE? And I said Seth Rollins. Wait, it's Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
It's without question, it's Johnny Gargano who's going to be the next babyface.
Well, my question was not necessarily who's the next big babyface, but the next babyface they would shove down your throat.
Then it's Rollins.
Yeah, and I think from a pure babyface standpoint, it truly is Johnny Gargano. I mean, his big, oh God, yes. That is brought to you by
Wild Cherry Pepsi.
The fuck you drinking Pepsi in this household for?
It was on sale.
Pepsi subscribes to T-Series, you fucks. Subscribe to $2.50.
I am a Coca-Cola guy, but this was on sale.
See? Good. Okay. We'll let Pepsi, not a sponsor. Coca-Cola, call us.
All right, now Sleazy's Indie Mark. So
fucking Indie Marks. Oh, God. So, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just going to say it right off the bat. I went through I only watched the main card because obviously on the feed that I watched it on, the Ring of Honor feed, didn't have the Honor Rumble on it, which was kind of strange. Which was one of the moments.
For you.
Yeah, it was one of the moments that I really wanted to see. Because,
that match was like 30-something minutes long, too.
Yeah. 42-21.
Oh, shit. I was way off.
42-21. It included guys like the fucking Great Muta. You motherfuckers. God damn it. Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. Obviously, the one person that they announced for it was Liger. It was won by Kenny King.
Who gets a future ROH World Title shot.
Cool.
Yeah.
There was a mixed 6 tag, or excuse me, it was a 6-woman tag. No one cares. Didn't watch it. Don't know. It lasted 6.5 minutes, so must have been great. We get into the opener, which surprised me, which was Jeff Cobb versus Will Ospreay. It was for both the Never Openweight Championship and the Ring of Honor World Television title. Went 12 and nearly 13 minutes. What did you think of this match?
I think it started out kind of sloppy, but then I think they were going too fast, though. But once they slowed down, it picked up. I gave it 4 stars.
Okay, so...
And Jeff Cobb is another guy who's going to be the fucking future of wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
He's going to be great. I'm not surprised that Cobb won.
I am actually.
He's been going. I didn't know he's going to Japan a couple times. So I mean, I did know he wrestled in Japan. So when he won that, so when they said, "Oh, he's wrestled in Japan," I'm like, "Oh no, he's definitely winning."
I was surprised that they took the title off Will.
I think Cobb going to Japan makes more sense than Will coming to the U.S.
Okay, yeah.
To Ring of Honor, I should say.
Okay.
Even though he's
Fair
wrestled
point.
in Ring of Honor before, but he's more of a New Japan guy. So
yeah.
that's why.
Okay, it makes sense when you put it that way. I thought the match was really nice, well done. I also agree with you, as well as Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, I go.
Yeah, everyone gave it 4 stars. So obviously we're wrong.
I actually agreed a lot with Dave Meltzer on the show, to be honest.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I was sorry too.
I thought it was really well done. You're right. I think part of the reason why it was so fast is that they were trying to keep the pace. Will was trying to set the pace a little bit more in the beginning of the match. And I think that Jeff is just otherworldly. I mean, the man has star written all over him. Ironically enough, the guy from Lucha Underground that you didn't really want to see is now going to be the future of professional wrestling.
What are you whining about, Wiggles?
Dog. God. Next match. God damn it. Rush versus Dalton Castle.
I think Dalton's still hurt.
I wouldn't doubt it, but this turned into a heel turn right afterwards.
Which I'm fine with because Dalton is a better heel.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think he needed to go heel. And again, I think, it puts over Rush. Dalton's probably hurt, and Dalton needed to go heel. It worked perfectly fine. It is what it is. Obviously a dud because it only went 15 seconds, but it was exactly what it needed to be.
Oh, I agree. The best part of the match was his entrance. So, I mean, come on. That's fucking phenomenal because that is Dalton. Kelly Klein versus Mayu Iwatani for the Ring of Honor Women of Honor World Championship. Loved it.
Really?
No.
I was going to say. I have my notes in here. Women are main eventing WrestleMania in WWE. Yeah, these women are third on the show, and they get zero reaction.
Oh, my God. It was so quiet. The first time any reaction happened in the crowd was when I think it was Klein dumped Mayu on her
German.
head. Yeah.
I put around here sick German right there.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, my goodness. But the rest of the match was kind of eh.
Yeah. I gave it 2 stars.
Meltzer gave it 2 stars.
No.
I was not as kind. I gave it 1.
And then the Beautiful People debut and attack Kelly Klein and everyone else under
with Mandy Leone
with
over
Mandy
there.
Leone, yeah.
They're called I
don't know.
Something that starts with A. I can't remember what it was.
Great Ass Association? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it was something. Great Asses Association. Maybe they should go with that.
Right.
Oh my God, yes.
It is what it is. Like, man.
It was a crowning of Kelly Klein, even though she'd already had the title. So I mean, it was a way to get the championship off of Mayu, who was a Stardom wrestler who also works in Ring of Honor, but mainly Stardom.
I don't like how they pretty much just turned Kelly Klein face. I think she probably should have stayed heel.
Probably, but when you've got big people like the Beautiful People coming in that are naturally heels.
Oh yeah, I understand that part, but
I can understand it, but whatever. They should have they should have had somebody else take it over. I really did. They tried to rush her face turn in from the beginning of the match, and it didn't make sense to me. I didn't think. Holy shit. The open challenge by Bully Ray. Oh, somewhere between the Dalton Castle and the Kelly Klein match, Juice Robinson gets attacked from behind in the thing. It was stupid. I'm sorry. That was really dumb. So we get the open challenge. Bully Ray comes out, blah, 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 blah. Flip comes back. Holy shit. And basically
they have like a 1-minute match, and then holla holla tag Teddy Long invitational player.
Holy shit! Turns into a 6-man before the night's out. God damn it! What the fuck was this?
I just said, okay, brawl, typical New York City street fight. 2.5 stars.
It wasn't even a good street fight, though. That's my thing, is that every single spot was convoluted at best and just shitty in the worst.
What did Meltzer? I couldn't find Meltzer's star rating on it.
Meltzer gave it 1.5 stars.
Oh, wow. I gave it 2.5. So,
and I think Meltzer was once again, I thought Meltzer was being generous. Now, keep in mind, folks, I watched this in 2 parts. I did not watch this live. I watched this yesterday and today. So this is relatively fresh in my mind. But we're still not even 2 hours into the show right now. And we get to this interesting 3-way. I'll say it that way. Dragon Lee, Bandito, and Taiji Ishimori, the Bone Soldier. This was for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Oh, I gave that 1 star, by the way, the 6-man. Okay. New champ with Dragon Lee.
Surprised by it.
Yeah, I thought they were going to put it on Bandito.
I thought Ishimori was going to retain.
I thought it was going to be Bandito because Bandito was, earmarked in AEW a little bit. So I thought they were going to do a little bit more with that. But maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't really matter because they're both CMLL guys, really. So there's enough talent exchange going on. It doesn't really matter. The match itself, I really liked. It was 9 minutes of just pure adrenaline.
I said fast-paced. Obviously a fast-paced spot fest, but absolutely 100% fun match to watch. 4 stars.
Meltzer also gave it 4 stars. You fucking marks. No, I'm kidding. I also gave it 4 stars, so obviously we're wrong. I don't want to say it this way because it's kind of denigrating it a little bit, but this is a typical triple threat junior heavyweight championship match. I mean,
I'm fine with it.
I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's typical of what you'd see with these type of matches. So it makes sense. They're short. They're nice. They're to the point, and there's no breathing in any of it. Then we get to
oh god
damn fucking shit. Oh. Okay, so it's a 4-way tag. You got the Guerrillas of Destiny. You got Brody King and PCO. You've got Evil and Sonata, and then you got the Briscoes. This went 45 seconds longer than the previous match, and it felt like it went on forever. Holy shit. What the fuck was this clusterfuck?
I said action all over the place. Not great at all. The best spot was the fucking 51-year-old PCO getting a power bomb from the top rope or from the ring to the floor.
The man's not human. Let's be perfectly honest here.
God damn.
You know what I think's happening is that he wants to die in a ring, and this is how he's doing it.
He's actually getting a world title shot.
Good for him. I mean, he's putting his body out there, so I'll give him that.
That was fucking sick.
The shit is sick.
I gave it 2 stars, though. Like, it wasn't fucking great at all.
It was a star and a half.
It was okay to watch, but...
It wasn't okay to watch. What the hell are you talking about?
And then you had fucking Douchebag 1 and Douchebag 2 invade.
Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. And this is where I ended day 1 of me watching this, okay? So I was already pissed. This is 2 hours into the show. I split it up pretty much halfway there. So you can't see it really. There's a couple of shots where you could see it coming off to the side. Douchebag 1, Douchebag 2, also known as Enzo Amore and Big Cass, quote unquote invade. The announcers don't talk about it really. They don't pan to it. Obviously the crowd's reacting to something. No one really gives a shit, inside the ring.
Apparently, Guerrillas of Destiny didn't know about it.
Yeah, they didn't know about New Japan booking. Didn't know about it.
No, Evil and Sonata didn't know about it either. Only the ROH guys knew about it.
Surprise, surprise! Because only the ROH bookers
did it.
Knew it on the back end.
Right.
None of the New Japan bookers knew about it.
No.
What the fuck kind of debut is that? And at least to this point, there's been no real question that they actually signed a contract or did anything.
They did.
Did they? When was this? This must have been recent.
Like 3 days after the show.
Last I knew, they were still working without a contract. They were planning on doing a couple dates with them, but not a full-on contract.
No, they're now called the free agents.
Oh,
is what
for
their
fuck's
gimmick is.
sake.
And Enzo is now spelled his name Nzo, so it's still Enzo. Big Cass is Cass XL.
You fucking mercs.
Yeah. So they signed.
What the fuck is this bullshit? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so
And apparently, Cass got fat. Apparently, that's what people are fucking saying. He was not in shape at all.
so there is a gentleman that works in ESW and other places too, but he's mainly in ESW. His name is Big Time Bill Collier. And if you're a local guy to upstate New York, you know exactly who I'm talking about. The man is Big Cass, except if he could actually wrestle.
Actually work.
He could actually work a match. And legitimately, he's one of the greatest prospects out here, and he's kind of marred by the fact he looks almost exactly like Big Cass. And I feel bad for him because the man can work a match like nobody's business. But actually, this match was just, really? I mean, and the debut doesn't really make sense. You know, Gorilla's Destiny's pissed about it, whatever. So we get into Mike needed a cool down. So,
Who?
Sleazy, excuse me.
Oh.
Fucking kayfabe. So while I did the cool down, let's talk about shopgear.com.
Shopgear.com. All right, back to the show.
Okay. So now that we've completely plugged...
It's our Amazon sponsor. You go to shopgear.com. It's our Amazon affiliate. Same Amazon prices. We just get a little kickback.
It's great. It's awesome. You shop there.
I just bought a new phone case on shopgear.com, and it already sucks.
Wow. Way to put over Amazon.
Not Amazon. Well, it's not an Amazon product.
Good.
I bought it through Amazon, but, you know, I literally set it down, and now the back of the case is already scratched, and I got it 3 days ago. So I'm like,
wow, really?
Yeah.
God damn.
I think it was super cheap, too.
But the nice part about Amazon is that if you have a problem with something, you can send it back really quickly. And I've never had a problem returning anything that was quality. So, but yeah, do your same shopping as you would on Amazon, same price. The only difference is through the Shop Gear affiliate, we get a little bit of kickback, and you help support the wrestling show. So let's get back to... I think I stopped at the right place because I don't think I would have enjoyed this match as much if I kept watching. It was Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the Rev Pro British Heavyweight title. Oh my goodness. It is, once again, Zack Sabre Jr. does what he does best. I'm shocked that he went over as clean as he did.
I'm not.
I am. Well, especially considering it was New Japan booking it. And they like to protect their ace for reasons, I don't know why. But Zach stretched him out after 15 minutes, kept the title, loved it, really, really enjoyable. I consider it one of the best matches of the night. I would say top 3. Yeah, top 3.
Okay, this is where we're going to way disagree. It was a good match. Nothing special. I give it 3 stars. Like, it was
really?
a good, yeah. Like, I didn't find anything special about it. I mean, I think Tanahashi's too, I don't want to say old, but he couldn't keep up. I just think he couldn't keep up with Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, it was a match that probably they should have done because I don't think Tanahashi being able to go to the top rope would have been great. It was still a good match. 3 stars.
I think the storytelling is what made it for me, though.
I didn't see any storytelling in it. It was all like, okay, Zack Sabre Jr. does Zack Sabre Jr. shit, and then Tanahashi comes back, and then Zack Sabre Jr. wins.
Okay.
Like, there was no storytelling to me in that match
the
at all.
story, I think, what they were trying to tell, at least, was the fact that Tanahashi really hasn't been the same since he lost the IWGP title.
To generic wrestler number 5. Oh, sorry, 7.
7.
Generic wrestler number 7. My bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. It's on the back of his jacket, if you're caring to look. But yeah, I think the story was the fact that Tanahashi, when he went through the New Japan Cup, he didn't beat any of his opponents with high fly flow. He was kind of dragging along a little bit. And like I said, ever since he lost the IWGP title, he really hasn't been the same. And I think the story was kind of the same here. And I think that having Zach basically, I don't want to say truck him, but definitely was not the most competitive match.
No.
Was very telling. And I think it goes towards the storytelling of Tanahashi's character as time progresses. I think this is the beginning of a retirement angle for him. So then we get into the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, Kota Ibushi versus the champion, Tetsuya Naito.
The first of two surprises of the night for me. I swore that Naito was going to retain.
Yeah, it was one of the few things that you were like, absolutely no way.
There's no way Jay Briscoe is going to win the ROH World Title. Like, I just think the way that they were going to go with it was, Ibushi, winning G1 and then facing Jay White for the title, but we'll get to that later.
Nope.
I thought the match was really, really, really good. I gave it 3 3/4 stars. It was a bit sloppy at times, but the match did pick up again. The beginning of the match, though, was like Naito threw Ibushi. He was supposed to throw him into a barricade, but he threw him into a person, like one of the press or whatever. And the guy no-sells it. And Naito goes right up to him and goes, "What the fuck, dude? Like, a human being just fucking thrown into you, you're going to no-sell at a wrestling show. Thanks." Like, Naito was pissed. I was like, oh, God, here we go.
Naito's going to kill somebody.
I was like, thanks for breaking kayfabe, fucker. And the guy's just looking at him like,
what the fuck you going to do about it, yo?
Yeah, the guy was like stepping to Naito, and Naito's like, oh, my God. So it kind of took away from the match a little bit, too. Like,
I will agree. I was going to bring that up, but... Yeah, absolutely. It was
like it took away from it a little bit.
I laughed.
I laughed too, but at the same time, the more I think about it, it's like, all right,
it's like a big fuck you.
Yeah. Now fucking nobody's stepping up to fucking Naito, so I'm like, oh shit. And then when Ibushi won, I'm like,
oh,
okay. Like,
oops.
Hindsight's 2020. I'm like, obviously he's gonna win, but like that did not make the win look any better. So,
yeah.
But,
And I like the storytelling of the match itself with Kota basically saying, my two idols of professional wrestling are Nakamura and Tanahashi, and they both held the IC title. Yeah. So this is a title that I want. So I think that
that elevates the title up too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, you take a look at the last few. I want to say the last 2 to 3 years. You take a look at how much higher elevated that title is. It's either just before the main event or is the main event. So I think they've done a great job of making that title just as a competitive title as they have with IWGP World Title. The 3-way ladder match for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship: Matt Taven versus Jay Lethal versus Marty Scurll.
The lock of the night.
Yeah, Matt Taven was winning that no matter what.
When this match went on second to last, I'm like, Taven's winning. They're not going to have two heels back-to-back win matches.
Right.
And their first show at Madison Square Garden. I'm like, Anyway, it was really good. I really liked it. They kind of lost momentum when Lethal threw that ladder out and it hit the guy in the crowd.
Yeah.
The guy was fine, but
that's a lawsuit.
That's a lawsuit. Yeah, they kind of lost momentum. They kind of really didn't. I'm like, the match went 30 minutes. That didn't help.
It was
either.
too long. It was way too.
It was
long.
a little too long, and they kind of didn't get that momentum back.
Mm-hmm.
I like reading reviews on this saying that all the ROH. This is the last ROH. All the ROH matches were booked like shit. All the New Japan matches were booked amazing, which is actually kind of true, but also kind of a smart thing to say.
It is a very smart thing to say.
But it was true. But 3 3/4. I think that was Matt Taven's time to shine. The right person won, I thought. Let's see where he goes with it.
I think it is a crowning of him. Matt Taven's been, Mr. Ring of Honor for a long time now.
I wouldn't say that. I think Jay Lethal is still there.
Yeah, well, fuck Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal's the franchise, but okay. Mr. Ring of... Well, like Roderick Strong was Mr. Ring of Honor. Okay. Even though technically he wasn't the top guy. He was always the under guy. I feel Matt Taven's been that for a long time. That being said, match was okay. I mean, I really, for a ladder match at Madison Square Garden,
I think, and that's the thing too. I think people got to get it out of their head, being like, "Oh, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon." You're not going to compare.
no,
that
I'm not.
match.
I'm not even going to compare
Like,
that to anything.
It doesn't matter if it's in Madison Square Garden or if it's at Hammerstein Ballroom. That match was going to be the same match
Absolutely
anywhere.
And
It's just.
And I leverage the same criticism. It's the biggest show of the year, even if you don't call it in Madison Square Garden. It's the biggest show of your guys' year as a Ring of Honor, wrestling fan here. Mm-hmm. And technically it's your main event. Why it wasn't that good for a main event. I'm sorry.
I think you're wrong. That wasn't that good.
It was 2.5 stars to me.
What?
Yeah.
No, you're wrong.
See,
you're way fucking wrong.
I think that the spots were, once again, they're
another problem I had with the match was there's no selling.
Right. That absolutely that was the case.
Like you had freaking Taven go through, or Lethal put Taven through a table from the top of the ladder. Table's up like a minute later. He's not selling. I mean,
there was a ton of no selling there.
Like
the spot where Taven takes was it a reverse suplex? It was a bellyplex through the X of ladders.
Yeah.
That was set up.
Mm-hmm.
He gets right back up after that. There's multiple times where there were selling that just didn't make sense.
They were more about hitting a spot, setting up the next spot,
right?
Than try to sell.
The final spot of the match where Lethal takes the ladder bump.
Mm-hmm.
They're setting up 2 sets of ladders there. I thought they were going to pay it off again. They obviously didn't. But it's just like, okay, cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like I said, maybe I'm biased, fucking jaded ass Mark. Maybe
That's exactly what you are.
Well, what else is new? I guess it just didn't feel right. And what did you rate it?
3 3/4.
Okay, Meltzer gave it
3.5.
3.5.
Which means I'm right.
Which means you're wrong.
Which means I'm right.
Yeah. Closer to fucking Meltzer. Oh, we're going to have some fun on this one.
Yeah, we are.
Okada, Jay White, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, 32 minutes and 30 seconds that I will never get back.
To be honest, were you ever going to get that time back? No, you weren't. So I hate that expression. I'm never going to get the time back. You never were anyway. So you might as well watch something that you think is shitty. I thought it was match of the night. 4.5 stars.
You fucking Mark.
It was
Okada Mark.
It was the most WWE style match on the show.
Yeah, it was.
And the funny thing is, I gave it match of the night, and I still think it didn't change my mind on Jay White. Like, he's still generic wrestler number 7. He just takes instruction well. Like, the match was slowly built.
It was an Okada match.
Right. The match, really, the first 10 minutes of this match, I will agree, was god-awful. It was so slow.
Yeah.
But I thought it really did fucking pick up, and, Okada winning was, I was like, I kind of figured he was going to win after Taven won, but I was still shocked at the end. I'm like, wow, they really did a switch this early on White. Like, I was shocked by it.
I'm not, only because if you weren't going to have Tanahashi in the top spot taking the title back, you had to put it on your biggest face on the company. You have to sit there and say, this is New Japan. And there's nobody more New Japan other than Tanahashi than Okada. And when you're closing out the show, you have to have Okada win.
No, I understand that. That's why when it went on last, I'm like, man, Okada's winning.
Well, who would you book the show any differently?
I mean, you can't have Taven go on last. I thought because it was a ladder match, that was going to be on last. Just because it's a ladder match. But obviously I'm wrong. No, I think it's fine. Hindsight 2020. But you had, in Madison Square Garden, first show you had to have the face win.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked at it. I just thought White was going to keep it for a little bit longer. But he didn't. Okada really is the face of New Japan.
He is their John Cena. Let's be honest.
How many? It was his 8th reign?
Yeah.
No,
it's like his 4th.
He
4th or 5th.
He just had it for so long.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look it up right now. But no, I really liked the match. Like I said, I think it had a great story. Everything.
I don't understand how. I mean, everybody else really liked this match too. Like, holy shit, it's one of the best matches. Meltzer gave it what, 4.5 or something?
4 3/4.
4 3/4. What the fuck did anybody see in this match? It was a generic Okada match that just okay. And you're absolutely right with the criticism. I just don't understand the star rating. It's literally Jay White being led through an Okada match.
5-time.
5-time? Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I don't understand. Okay, yeah, Okada can put a 30-minute match together.
Right. It might be that you're just like Jay White. Really? Jay White had the best match on the show? Nah, that can't be. That might be it, because I was thinking the same thing, too. After that match ended, I'm like, man, Okada won. I'm like, wait, did Jay White just have the best match? He did have the best match on the show. What the fuck is wrong with this show? For Jay White is in the best match. So I give the devil his due, but I still, nothing changed. He just takes instruction well.
Wow. Okay. Well, like I said, I totally disagree with that. But what else is new on something like that? I feel like the show started off strong and then just started going downhill. It picked up a little bit. Like I said, the beginning of the second half.
Like as soon as all the New Japan matches started.
Yeah, really. I mean, the irony is, if you look at the set of matches there, you have the Rev Pro British Heavyweight title on the match, or on the card, but not the US IWGP title.
Who's the champion?
Last I knew, it was Juice. I want to say it was Juice.
It up again. Overall, the show was a good show. It had its flaws.
I would have wanted to be there only for the history of it, but if I had to sit in that audience, it reeks of Supercard of Honor.
It is Juice Robinson.
Okay, so he's not even the most important member of a 6-man that was terrible. I mean, that says a lot about your fucking title. That supposedly the U.S. title in your U.S. show. What the fuck?
Oh, well.
You say, oh, well, but the British Heavyweight Championship is got more of a
prestige.
Yeah, prestige and a spot on the show.
Well, the U.S. title 2 years old or something like that. So
yeah, but it's the U.S. title. It's like going.
It's like going to Europe and not having the European title.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
Wembley Stadium, 92 SummerSlam. What was the last match on that card?
The Intercontinental title.
Exactly.
That makes no sense.
Because it's the Intercontinental. Because Intercontinental. Asia.
Or because the British Bulldog was in Britain.
Oh, fuck that shit. That had nothing to do with it at all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mark. All right. Now let's talk about it.
Hello, my name is Sleazy, and I have an addiction. I have an addiction to shitty 7.5-hour shows that I couldn't even stand to watch a second time.
I did watch a second time.
I don't know how you did it. I legitimately don't know how you...
This is a 7.5-hour show. It took me 15 hours to watch.
I still don't understand how
breaks.
You did it.
Thank God with the pre-show, I can fast forward so I can just watch the matches.
Well, I mean, there's 2 hours of actual wrestling on the show. But
oh shit! You know what? I do got that.
You do have that? You do have the actual?
yes.
Please, I would like to know because this is fucking ridiculous. Because I know we're going to talk about it after the show, but holy shit, how long was this fucking show? The main event starts the next fucking day.
Right. All right, let me get that up too. Oh, no, it's not what I wanted. Sorry, I'm looking shit up. That's what I wanted. Okay, kickoff show.
Did you watch the kickoff show?
I did watch the kickoff show.
What the fuck? Did we watch the kickoff show? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did watch the kickoff show.
Yeah, so let's talk about before we actually go to the show because I just don't want to talk about the show as much as possible. I guess we did end up doing our usual poker and WrestleMania thing, except there was
I was the
poker.
only one that showed up.
It's like, what the fuck, you guys? Like, everyone dropped out like 2 days before, and it was just like, well, fuck it.
I went to go see Shazam during the day instead of.
How was Shazam? Let's talk about Shazam instead of
He's
this
trying to
fucking
put this off. For
You're
so
damn fucking right I am.
It wasn't bad.
It was an okay movie for a house show?
It was better than that.
Okay.
It had its moments.
Did it? Okay.
Kickoff show.
God damn it.
Cruiserweight title because.
LOL.
LOL. Buddy Murphy defends against Tony Nese. Probably the second or third best match on the show.
Let me try and be shocked by that.
Actually, let me look through my star ratings.
His 3 fucking pages of notes.
More than 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck me.
I have it as the second best match on the show. And it opened the kickoff show of WrestleMania.
And it all goes down from here. Oh, spoiler alert. His best match of the show is the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Clearly. Went 10 minutes and 40 seconds. I gave it 3.5 stars. I agree with Dave Meltzer. 3.5 stars. Or Dave Meltzer agreed with me. 3.5 stars. Because I actually did this before his star ratings were up. My notes here, everybody's doing a fucking Poison Rana now, but I liked how Tony Nese did it. Instead of flipping over with him, he actually did it from the side, so it actually looked better. So he's not like...
Remember how that used to be like the most destructive move in
that
wrestling?
and the Canadian
Now it's
Destroyer.
It's like a fucking power slam now. It's terrible.
I put really good match, second match, best match on the show, but it was stuck on the... They should have been on the main show, is what I pretty much said.
Wow. Once again... Cruiserweights, one of the best matches of the night, as it has been for like the last year?
No, but okay.
Give or take. I mean, they're usually one of the best matches on the show. Not the best always, but one of them.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the best.
And they're always on the fucking kickoff.
Right.
It's like terrible. I'm not even going to rate it because I don't even remember it. And that's terrible. Legitimately, that's terrible.
Women's Battle Royal.
Fuck me.
10 minutes and 30 seconds. It wasn't bad.
No, it's just
It was your typical Battle Royal. Ember Moon was great, but got eliminated too early. Same with Kairi Sane. Way too much numbers game type shit going on. And, of course, Asuka won, right? Wait, did she win? Stacey, did she win?
No.
She didn't win? Who eliminated her?
I don't even remember.
Sarah fucking Logan.
Great.
Carmelo won. 2 stars. I mean...
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Right. Raw Tag Team titles? God damn it. The Revival versus...
Hey, I like your shirt.
Yeah, fuck you. Versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
Holy shit.
So, okay, you made a point that Zack Ryder didn't have matching gear. He actually matched the Revival's gear, right?
Yes, he did.
So Kurt Hawkins is dressed up in green.
Mm-hmm.
And the next night on Raw, Zack Ryder dresses in green and Kurt Hawkins doesn't. Yeah.
It's not like they didn't have their gear there.
Right.
It's in the same fucking town.
Right. I laughed at that. Rewatching it, it actually was a good match. Thanks to the Revival, 3 stars.
Because they're fucking top guys.
Yeah, they're definitely top guys. It actually was a good match. So,
well, the boyhood dream came alive with Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, to win another tag team title with fucking Zack Ryder. That's how low Kurt Hawkins is, where he has to be in a tag team with Zack Ryder. That's
how low Zack Ryder is he's not even the person pinning the man
right
in a throwaway tag title feud.
Yeah, throwaway tag title feud. Okay. The main event of the pre-show, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Another typical Battle Royal.
Hey, I saw Luke Harper in there.
We'll get to him. You can see just way too many spots getting set up.
Oh my God, the fucking suplex spot.
Yeah, I said the Ali spot, but it was sick when he fucking got suplex and he nailed his fucking head on one of the corners of the announce desk.
Oh, yeah.
Meltzer gave it 1.5. I gave it 2 stars. The SNL guys actually weren't as bad as I thought they would be. At least they didn't win. So
At least, wow, that's the big
that's
moment.
the highlight of the match. Well, at least the celebrities didn't eliminate Braun Strowman.
God damn it!
Okay, let's go to the main show.
I'm already tired.
See, talk about WrestleMania. I start fucking coughing. All right, so the show opens with my girl Alexa Bliss saying she can make a WrestleMania moment happen, and of course she ruins all hopes and dreams by pulling a Thanos and bringing out Hulk fucking Hogan.
Are you still love this girl? Come on,
I still love her, but whatever. And then
fucking Mark.
Hulk Hogan says, does a joke about how he's in the Silverdome, and then fucks up the name of the stadium. Says MetLife Stadium, MetLife Center, where there's a giant sign in front of him that says MetLife Stadium.
It's in every single corner, too. I mean, it's not like he couldn't see it.
Right.
It's literally right there. And literally right over there. And literally right over there. What the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking old man, you.
And then it gets saved by Paul Heyman coming down.
Being the smartest guy on the fucking show.
Right. I just think that he just wanted to come down to Real American. Is my theory. He just wanted to do at least once. Saying that,
Doesn't
know what?
every fucking Mark want to do? I want to do that.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
Only just
then he
to
comes
fucking
down and
flick everyone
says, Lesnar, if he's not on the last show, he might as well come down and defend the title now, which, by the way, was 100% true. Lesnar wanted to go on first so he can make his flight to go home. That's what changed the plans. It wasn't that.
So it was a shoot, in other words.
It was a shoot. It wasn't that, we were talking about how it got leaked that Orton. We were talking about it got leaked how Orton and Styles were supposed to go on first, so they just changed it. No. Well, they did change it, but it was because Lesnar just wanted to go home.
That is fucking hilarious. You fucking asshole. I love you. Lesnar, never leave the WWE. Please, my God, never ever leave.
I put down the technical bell time was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. There was a pre-match beatdown, which could have been done by ringing the bell. They just make it a no DQ match, which would have made the match even better. I guess strategy was what it was. Typical Lesnar match. Rollins only gets in a low blow, a super kick, and 3 stomps to win. Could have been so much more. I said, why not make it a no DQ match? Booking was super weird. Meltzer gave the whole thing 3.5 stars. I gave it 1 star. They should have just made a no DQ match, therefore they didn't need the stupid ref bump, which the ref no-sold anyway. So, yeah.
Lesnar's the smartest guy on the show.
To lose?
To get the fuck out of there.
Well, I understand that, but I'm just saying.
That's it. That's all there is need to be said. The match was exactly what it was happen. Rollins goes over. He goes over decently strong, and that's it. He takes an ass whooping from Brock Lesnar and then beats him without even taking an F5?
He took an F5.
Not in the ring.
On the floor.
Well, he doesn't kick out of it.
Doesn't matter. So on the floor, where it's supposed to be more dangerous.
So
quote, unquote.
Then that makes it even more of a badass because not only does he come back from that, but stomps him 3 times and wins.
Right. I got more on this actually later.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's actually for this show, so don't worry about it.
Oh, my God. I can't wait.
Next match, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. It went 16 minutes to 20 seconds. TV match. 2.5 stars. It was okay. I thought the wrong person won. I thought Orton should have went over besides Styles. But now that Styles, it makes sense now that Styles moved to Raw. They got to make him look strong, but I still think the wrong person won.
I know Orton and AJ loved the match. They were, propping it up after the fact. I thought you're right. It was just an okay match. It wasn't bad. It just,
It was okay. It was an okay match for a house show.
Literally. I mean,
Meltzer gave it 3.25. No.
Wait, he gave this only a quarter star away from what he gave the Lesnar match?
Yeah.
Fucking Mark.
Next match is a Fatal 4-Way match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Usos defends against the Bar. Rusev and Mr. Dick Punch 2000. And Black and Ricochet. 10 minutes to 10 seconds. also gave it 3 3/4 stars. I gave it 3 1/4. I said the Cesaro swing and the Sheamus beatdown was kind of cool. Every match or every team got a spot or two to shine. Usos winning, I think, was the right call. Good match, but could have been better.
I pretty much agree with everything there. I mean, it was a moment to have two guys on the main WrestleMania show that I never thought would ever be on there.
Ricochet and Aleister Black.
Specifically Ricochet, but both Ricochet and Aleister Black. And I think it was a great little showcase for them, but the match was,
It was good.
It was
just
good.
Wasn't meh.
I mean, I don't want to say it's meh, but I
said it wasn't meh. It was good.
Yeah, for me it was okay. But once again, it's a multi-man match. I hate that. So,
all right.
What else is new?
Falls Count Anywhere match. The Miz versus Shane McMahon. Okay, so in my notes, I put Shane. This is what Shane goes through. Shane goes through a table, takes a finisher on steel, kicks out of it, gets hit with a TV monitor, and bounces off the top of a golf cart and lands back first on the cement, and takes a superplex off the top of the hardcam tower and wins. So Shane McMahon is stronger than Brock Lesnar.
Well done.
That's where the Brock Lesnar cut.
I like it.
So Shane McMahon is stronger than Brock Lesnar.
I mean, yeah.
I said, besides for that, okay brawl, 2 stars. Nothing special except for the meme that's going to come out of it with Mrs. Dad.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. I'm not sure I laughed as hard as I did that entire weekend of shows than that moment. It really was that fucking funny. I will say this, though. If you're going to do a brawl at WrestleMania, why go out in the crowd?
Oh, wait, yeah. I said the ending kind of fucked the live crowd. Obviously, you got to cater to your TV audience because it's bigger, but it kind of fucked your paid audience where you couldn't really see anything.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, 2 stars is more than reasonable.
Meltzer gave it 1 3/4. So,
fuck Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we've said that enough.
No, we haven't.
Can we stop for a moment? Can we just hold out?
Good, because I got to take a piss.
Good. Well, while you're doing that, I want to talk a couple quick things. Number one, as announced on the wrestling show's live episode, the weekend of WrestleMania, we are going to be at the first ever WNY PodCon Showcase. It's hosted by the BICP radio network. We're going to be at the Frontier Fire Hall in Niagara Falls, New York. $10 to get you into the door and meet, interact, listen, and possibly appear on some amazing local podcasts, as well as some fun shopping. We are going to be there. We're actually going to be not just there as the wrestling show, but we also are going to do a live show there at the fire hall, the Frontier Fire Hall. It's at 2176 Liberty Drive in Niagara Falls. Support local, support regional, and national podcasters. We are here because of your support. So come on down, meet us, and let's talk more about wrestling. Also noted on the live cast that we did officially show off our brand new first shirt, I Hope You Step on a Lego, presented by The Wrestling Show. The shirts will be on pre-order until I'm planning on getting the website set up so that you'll be able to pre-order them on April 30th. And then from there, you'll be able to purchase them anywhere I will be or on the website at thewrestlingshow.com. So when Fat Man gets back, oh, look, the fucker is back. I got 2 nice plugs in while you're gone.
Butt plugs? Just 2 in that fucking loose asshole?
It could have been 3, but you came back. So yeah, check us out at the WNY PodCon Showcase. in Niagara Falls, and also pick up that new wonderful shirt. So, God damn it, let's get
back to WrestleMania.
God damn it.
Perfect timing, too. Fatal 4-way match for the
Oh,
WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Sasha Banks and Bayley defends against the Iconics versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus Nia and Tamina. 10 minutes, 45 seconds. Monster gave it 1 1/4. I gave it 2. I mean, the match was okay. I should put my match. Natalya really needs to stop doing that double sharpshooter spot because she does in every single multi-tag team match or women match. The match focused more on Beth Phoenix, and that's not a good thing. They should have focused more on the other talent because Beth Phoenix is obviously the Hall of Famer. I know you wanted to, make her she still got it type thing, but I think that was the wrong direction to go. The Iconics win. I think that was the wrong direction too. I think Sasha and Bayley should have retained. And that I was going to say it for news and rumors, but let's talk about this now. Everyone knows.
Okay, so before we talk about that, let me talk about the match itself really quickly. Why on God's green earth would you put Beth Phoenix in a Four Corners tag match if you were going to focus the attention on her? Why not just do a straight up tag match?
Because they already had 15,000 matches on the goddamn fucking card.
Yeah, but then you didn't need the Iconics or the fucking Nia and Tamina. They could have been in the Rumble just as easily.
That's
All
true.
4 of them could have been in the Rumble just as easily.
That's true.
And you could have had a showcase match where the champs go over strong. It would have been perfect. But of course,
you got to put everyone on the show.
You still could have put everyone on the show. I just proved to you could put everyone on the show.
I know.
Everyone's getting the same fucking payday there.
Okay, so rumor went out that Sasha and Bayley were lying on the floor backstage at WrestleMania and their hotel, screaming that they should never have won the match. Never lost the match. And then Sasha tried to quit. And I actually wrote it down in news and rumors, but I do want to Sasha tried to quit because she was blindsided by the decision of putting the titles on the Iconics. She's under the assumption that her and Bayley were going to have a lengthy title run to establish the titles. WWE gave her a few weeks off to think about it.
Bayley was pissed too.
Bayley was pissed. Them laying in the hotel room and back. I don't buy that. I don't think that they were probably outspoken, but I don't think they were laying down having temper tantrums about it. I think they were like, "Well, you promised us long." I think they were more pissed at creative. I don't think they did that.
I think it's the same common complaint that they have with WWE creative that every guy in the back will have, is that at a moment's notice, things change for no fucking reason.
Right, and we'll get to that later. I love people being online going, hey, the moment that Sasha is told to put over someone, she has a temper tantrum and she doesn't want to lose. Have you watched WWE over the past year and a half? She's lost all the fucking time. She's been, and I can see her frustration. She's been booked into oblivion. The best feud that she did was with Ronda Rousey, and quite frankly, that was one of Ronda Rousey's better fucking matches. So really? People say that Sasha can't work and she's an egomaniac, I don't think is true. Yes, I fucking love Sasha, and I'm going to fucking defend her to the death of me, but that's what I believe. Does she probably have an ego? Every fucking wrestler has a fucking ego. I think she's more pissed about the booking and how she's been booked lately, and she's frustrated over it. You would be too if you're like, hey, I'm a 5-time champion, now I'm in a feud with Bayley that has no fucking end in sight, and then they just stops immediately to be put in a tag team like, oh, you guys are going to carry the women's division. And then 2 months later, oh, nope, we're going to give it to Iconics, who, quite frankly, aren't as good and are comedy. How is that going to establish the new titles? It's not. So, well, I don't think she has a problem with the Iconics personally, but
I don't think so either. And I'm going to refute a couple of decisions there. I personally believe and we've had this conversation so many times, it's not even funny over the years, is that the best way to establish a title is have a heel win it and have a long reign with it. What other tag team of the women's division is there?
Right. But at the same time, I think their feeling is this time we're going to put it on two people who can have great matches to establish the title, can have great matches. I think that's why they put it on them. The only other tag team is the Iconics. Maybe down the road, but too soon right now.
I think you either start it with them and have Bayley and Sasha take it after a lengthy title reign, or you never put it on them to begin with and let Bayley and Sasha run with it.
I think
especially when you had the cock tease of we're going to defend it in Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Right.
Is that ever going to happen now?
No.
Especially with the Iconics. Granted, they came from NXT. They're never.
So is Sasha and Bayley
from a quote unquote this is my home turf of NXT. They're heels. They're never going to want to defend the title, in theory.
Right.
So that kind of goes right in the shitter. It doesn't make sense to take the titles off of them.
And
as much as I like the team, it doesn't mean that the booking decision was correct.
And then 8 days later, they nerf them in a 3-minute tag team match against a non-team, Bayley and Naomi.
Yeah.
And then the next night, they nerf them in a fucking tag team in a 8-woman tag team. Like, any one of those other women could take the pin, but you got to give them to got to get Peyton Royce take that pin?
Yeah, because
so now you just completely nerfed them in 2 straight nights.
Oh, just like they do with every other fucking tag team title. Okay, to be fair, this is par for the course for WWE.
Right.
This is no different than any other tag team title that they have. So, yeah, you could bitch about it, but in the same breath, they've been doing this for years now.
Right. But
last year, the Raw Tag Team Championship was won by a 10-year-old, folks. Why is this such a surprise?
He got more fucking pussy than anyone.
Really? But I don't think, well, I'm not going to say anything about the tag title for the women's.
What?
Well, I'm not sure if they got a bunch of pussy as that kid did.
They might have.
Oh, I don't know. You never know.
Well, yeah, I think the situation's bullshit. And then I had read that, somebody was like, oh, Sasha goes to AEW. I'm not going to watch AEW. I'm like, so you're going to not watch a wrestling show that you want to watch because one person got signed? That's why you are a bad wrestling fan and you should not be watching the product.
You give guys like us a bad name.
Right. Moving on.
Thank God.
Love you, Sasha. Moving on. Because fuck you, WWE title.
Wow.
Daniel Bryan defends against... Oh, sorry. Daniel Bryanson.
Thank you.
Defends the title against Kofi Kingston. First time I watched this match, I'm like, man, the match is really good. It's only 4 stars. Like, I don't see why anyone,
Only 4 stars, first of all.
I'm like, the match is great. I pulled the sleazy. It was only 4 stars. The match was shit, 4 stars. And I'm like, I don't see anyone thinks that's a 5-star match. I rewatched it. It's a 5-star match.
Really?
When I pay attention to it, it's a 5-star match. It's an excellent match. Kofi's best match of his career, hands down.
What, you don't like that fucking Randy Orton match he had a few years back on a Raw?
Easily best match of the night, obviously, because I gave it 5 stars. Best crowd reaction of the night. The crowd was into it. I was looking at my email throughout this match, and I don't look at the subs. WWE Shop gave me an email that night during this match. I'm like, oh, it's WWE Shop. I deleted it. Look back at it. They spoiled the outcome of the match by putting those shirts on sale halfway through the fucking match.
Hilarious. Like he wasn't going to win it.
Right.
Though. I mean, and it was foreshadowed the entire match.
Right. Again, I think it was excellent. 5 stars. I do take exception when people say, "Oh, this storyline's way better than Gargano's."
No, it wasn't.
You should not be watching wrestling if you think that this. No, I am 100% dead fucking serious. You should not be watching wrestling if you think this storyline is better than Gargano's. This storyline is a fluke storyline that they came up with because Mustafa Ali got hurt.
Yeah, this was literally just a...
It was a throwaway that Kofi just decided that... I'm not Kofi decided, but people got behind Kofi. Which is amazing. Good for fucking Kofi. Great for Kofi. 100% for Kofi. But it's a 2-month-long storyline. Gargano's 2 fucking years. You cannot compare the two. Gargano's 100% more. And it was 100% better. I see people saying, "Oh, I can't believe you guys think Gargano Cole's better than this." Because it is. Yes, I gave it the same rating, but Gargano Cole is better because I don't go above 5 stars.
What a fucking cop-out.
It's not a cop-out, but Gargano and Cole is
It's
better.
a 3.5-star match, you fucks.
Says
the feel-good moment at the end.
Says the guy who hasn't watched it in 2.5 weeks and can't remember anything about
You're
the fucking
exactly
show.
right. You're exactly right.
But it really
By
was.
then, I was fucking already off in La La Land.
And that was only halfway through the fucking show.
I know. That's what makes it so bad. This should have been a feel-good moment, a huge moment for Kofi Kingston, and as fans, we should have been, fully behind him. And oh my God, this amazing, wonderful moment. I couldn't be fucking bothered by then already.
I mean, I was the same way when I first watched it. I was like, well, I remember saying to you, going, well, that's the only ending that had to be. Kofi had to win. Let's move on.
Yeah, but the problem is, with all due respect to you and your crazy insanity, no one watched these shows twice. Really. The casual fan doesn't watch this show twice. And that's a big, big problem. Because when you got a guy that loves wrestling like me, sitting there going, cool, Kofi won. Yay. Because
the show's too long. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that at the end. United States title, Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio.
Fuck you, Rey Mysterio.
Mysterio got all the offense, then Joe choked him out. Dud, 1 star. I think Mysterio was still hurt from his ankle, and they just had to put it on the show. Moving on.
Although, to be fair, it was the perfect spot to do it in.
Oh, yeah. So. Right after the W title match.
You want a cooler. There you go.
You want another fucking cooler. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre.
Holy shit.
Bad match. Could have been on a Raw, is what my note says. And it still would have been the 5th best match on that Raw, because even though Raw sucks. 1.5 stars. Wrong person won. I think Drew McIntyre should have went over. I know they got to keep Roman strong because his first match back from leukemia, feel good story, blah, blah, blah. But
it isn't his first match back, though.
First singles match back.
Oh, fuck that.
But it would have made more sense if Drew McIntyre could beat the shit out of Roman Reigns, his first singles match back from fucking cancer. It would have put... You're lacking heels.
So we need to nerf Drew McIntyre.
So, yeah. Hold on. Let me see how many faces went over on this show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is kind of the pre-show. 7.
You'd be quicker to count how many
9,
heels went over.
10, 11, 12. Out of 16 matches, 12 faces went over.
And one of them was Shane McMahon.
No, Shane McMahon's a heel. Yeah. Oh, I see your point is. The heel that went over, one of them, Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You're not exactly establishing Shane McMahon as a monster heel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Want another cool-down match? No holds barred match with Triple H's career on the line. Triple H versus Batista.
Okay, first of all, 2 quick moments on this one. Number 1, Batista wearing that fucking ring to have the payoff of Triple H pulling it out was great.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. This match was the longest match of the night.
Really? You don't say. I wonder why that's the case.
24:45.
Would it be because maybe Triple H was in it?
Yeah. My note says, why did this match get 25 minutes? Batista was blown up right from the start. Callbacks, there were callbacks. We're 14 years old. Who only marks like me would fucking know that. None of the people watching now would. Batista retired after the match. Why not make it a career versus career match? Would have been more invested in it. At least Batista was willing to take some big bumps. That Triple H DDT cell on the stairs was funny as shit. The involvement with Ric Flair should have been better. Okay match for a house show, 2.5 stars.
The cell of Triple H reminds me of that old meme from Shawn Michaels where he takes one and he's like, "Fuck this, I'm a tree now."
Yeah.
Yeah, same fucking bump. Yeah, it was just way too long. It could have been 15 minutes in the first 2 hours of the show. But it's Triple H, so
He has to be on later. But if Batista's going to retire at the end of the match anyway, why not build a career versus career?
yeah.
Because
I want to go out on my terms. That was the entire point of the feud. So, of course, it should have been career versus career.
And then that way, with Batista returning, I'm thinking, hey, he's not going to retire. He's going to be back for a little bit.
Well, we talked about this before. Why would Batista come back just to lose if he was going to continue on with the company? And if he's going to win there...
Now we know he just wanted to have his last match with Triple H.
Good, great. But still, it doesn't make sense.
Right, I know.
Even looking back, hindsight being 20/20, as they always like to say, it still doesn't make sense.
Right. Kurt Angle's final match, Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin.
Oh, my God.
Notes, Angles are better than this shit. Not even passable for a Raw match, half star.
So, Angle gets the shit kicked out of him, puts over Baron Corbin on the way out, and ends his career by making everyone tell him you suck.
I guess.
That is just exactly how WWE would like to treat him.
Intercontinental title?
Wait, what?
Bobby Lashley defends against the Demon. Notes, this match went 4:05. Match went 4 minutes longer than it should have been.
Really?
No reason for Lashley to get any offense against the Demon. Half a star.
I think you're being generous.
Oh shit! I forgot to mention it. Old school John Cena came back.
The Elias segment that we predicted.
I actually did have it in my notes. I just fucking skipped over it. I don't know why.
Because you couldn't see it.
Oh, that's true. No, you can see the old school John Cena.
Fuck you. It was a great joke.
Fucking fucked it up. It was a okay segment for a house show. And then the next night he gets nerfed by The Undertaker because...
No, Undertaker doesn't deserve to be.
And then he gets moved to SmackDown, where no one wants to fucking go, even though it's better of the two shows. And then right before the main event, you have a dance break. Right before the main event of a 7.5 hour long show. Maybe you couldn't do that a little bit in the middle of the fucking show?
Like the 7th inning stretch?
Oh my God, that's so fucking
What
bad.
And while we're at it, let's talk about Alexa Bliss here.
I love Alexa.
Okay, I know you love Alexa, but what the fuck did she do on this show? Other than 3 times where she got to change outfits into...
It looked amazing?
I mean, yeah.
That's it. That's all she needed to do.
Yeah, but come on.
That's all she needed to do.
Did we really need that?
Yes.
Every single segment could have been cut. That means we would have lost Hulk Hogan. We would have lost this shitty segment about the dance break. And you would have lost whatever she did on the other side.
The SNL skit with fucking Scott Hall, Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Wanting to finger fucking
Yeah,
Michael
because we
Che
needed that
Jones.
on this show too.
I got more Alexa. I'm fine with it.
Spend 10 minutes on fucking YouTube and you would have gotten more Alexa and less time on this fucking 7.5 hour marathon of a show.
I'm fine with it.
I don't know how you can be fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
You fucking Alexa Bliss, Mark.
Duh.
I'm still going to call you out for it.
I am a fucking Alexa Bliss, Mark is right. Winner take all triple threat match for the Raw and SmackDown women's title.
Fucking stupid.
Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Charlotte Flair.
Why?
SmackDown, I agree. SmackDown Women's Champion versus Becky Lynch. Okay. Match with 21 minutes, 30 seconds. I put sloppy at times. Ending was just like this feud, overcomplicated and unnecessary. Simple is better. You should have just had Ronda tap out instead of doing a fucking cradle. Ronda's upside down bump to the floor was sick. Match was good, but definitely could have been way better. 3.25.
Okay, time to bring everyone down to reality here. What the fuck was this match? Seriously. Everything about this match could have been simplified. It could have been a lot easier to deal with. We didn't need 2 fucking titles on the line. We didn't need Charlotte Flair in this. We didn't need the fucking horrible finish. Pay off the fucking feud. That's all we needed.
Right.
It was 12:30 in the fucking morning, and we needed a convoluted finish to end this fucking WrestleMania where people are so fucking tired they can barely see straight. Never mind watch the finish of this match. And then nobody even gives a fuck. There was barely a pop when she finally fucking wins.
Because the show was too long.
Holy fucking garbage, Batman.
I'm Fat Man.
Holy fucking garbage, Fat Man.
Like I said, I think the match was still good. I agree. It was, I mean, everything you said was agreed, but I think adding Charlotte made the match better.
But did it?
It did, because she's the best worker out of the 3.
But did it?
It did.
But did it?
It did.
But did it?
You just want Asuka in it.
No. I wanted Asuka versus Charlotte Flair.
Again?
Yes. It would have been better than this.
Yeah.
I dare you not to say.
Yeah. I don't know. Adding Charlotte, I think, just made the match better. Definitely didn't need to happen, but I think it made the match better.
I will fight this till probably next year. Why sacrifice 2 decent to great matches by having one that might be a little bit better?
Because the plan was, since Crown Jewel, the plan was never going to be Charlotte versus Asuka again. It was supposed to be Asuka versus Mandy Rose.
Okay, great.
So I don't understand why they put the SmackDown Women's title on the line, or put Charlotte winning this match. That made no sense.
Right.
Like, I understand. I think they just wanted to try to elevate it to make it seem important.
Yeah, but now look what they've done. Is that they've got Becky Lynch is going to have to take 2 losses now while being champion of the other brand.
Of both brands.
Right, but they're not going to meld the titles, obviously.
No.
But she's going to have to take a pinfall loss and still be a champion of the other brand.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
So no matter which way it's going to go down, she's going to look weak. She's going to eventually lose one of the 2 titles.
I hate to say this, but it depends on how she loses. Like,
yeah, the second match of the night, maybe.
Like, it depends on how she loses. Like,
it's bullshit, though.
It is, but
there's no reason to do it in any circumstance.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Everything's convoluted about this whole fucking thing. The match was still good, but it definitely could have been better. You should have just had Ronda tap out Lynch, or other way around. Lynch tap out Ronda. That ends a feud. Why
Especially considering now she's gone because she needs hand surgery or whatever.
She does need hand surgery, but she was leaving anyway. Apparently, I have it in news and rumors. I might get away with it now. Ronda was only full time until this WrestleMania. She's now part time from here on out until her contract expires in 2 years.
Oh, so she got the Brock Lesnar money.
So she got the Brock Lesnar money.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. So another reason why not just have her Lynch tap her out? And the thing is that that was supposed to be the original finish. Just the referee was supposed to run his shoulders were up, and referees are supposed to make it look like a shoot. So he should have checked to see if the shoulders up, then do the 3 count. But he went through it, and his explanation to Vince McMahon was Ronda's not good enough performer to figure out how to get back into that spot, so I just counted the 3.
What?
That's what he said to Vince, apparently.
Okay, so many fucking stories about this thing.
If that's the original finish, it's stupid because, again, Lynch should have just tapped out Ronda.
Right.
That should have been the end of it, especially if Ronda's leaving part-time. Should have easily been, that should have been the finish. Why do it like that? Why do a crucifix? It makes no sense.
Here's what
it was a flash pin in the main event of WrestleMania. A flash pin. That's another reason why the crowd didn't pop. They weren't expecting it.
That's the other thing. But here's what I think should have happened, and the referee fucked up, is that they do the crucifix. She pops out of the crucifix. She's right in the position for a disarmer. Could have tapped her right out there.
Could have, but I don't.
It could have been perfectly done.
I don't think that was
quickly.
a ref's finish.
I think that the ref fucked up. Well,
no, that was supposed to be the finish. So
the crucifix?
Yes.
Nah, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's total horseshit.
That's been the plan since Crown Jewel.
Yeah, exactly. I really do believe that was not the planned finish.
It was the planned finish.
I totally. If it was, you got fucking idiots. Oh shit.
Yes,
Fuck.
I'm like, hello, we're talking about WWE here.
God damn it. Okay, so maybe you might be right, but it makes every bit of sense for her to kick out of the crucifix and go right in the disarmer and tap her out.
It does, but that wasn't the finish. The finish was the pin.
Fucking bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
Okay, so out of the main card of WrestleMania, the 12 matches had a total time. WrestleMania went 5.5 hours, the main card.
Yeah.
The match time was 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 11 seconds.
So less than a Raw. Well, that's legit. That's legit.
The match time was less than what a 3-hour Raw would be, yes. Not the time of matches on Raw.
Oh, yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
If you take out all the commercial breaks of a Raw, it's about 2 hours, 30 minutes.
So it was only 45% of the total time of WrestleMania.
Well,
which is the only 40 or 84th since 2013. It is only the 84. It's the 84th highest percentile in the category of 87.
What the fuck is that mean?
It means it actually had the most wrestling time.
To shit?
Sorry,
time?
no, my bad. It has the fourth lowest wrestling time.
I was gonna say,
and 3 of those are WrestleManias. The last
to
2.
be fair, number 1 is Supercard of Honor, which is still going on from last year.
Right.
So much so that they chose not to do one this year because it's still going on from last year.
Yeah, so that's the total time. I'm not going to read through all the segments and stuff, but I just want to get the total time.
Oh my God, that's just fucking ridiculous. Why? I know you love Alexa Bliss, but
some things could have been okay.
Some?
No, here's the thing. WrestleMania's, and we'll get to it right now. WrestleMania's way too fucking long.
Really? You don't say?
Yes, you could have cut the Alexa Bliss segments, but you also could have cut like 5 fucking matches from this show.
Only 5?
You do not. Okay, so here we go. I remember back in the day when not everybody actually was on a WrestleMania card.
Right.
If you want to keep matches on the pre-show, fine, whatever. Keep those 4.
No. Cut the 2 fucking Battle Royals. That's 2 right there.
You didn't need the women's tag titles, even though you need it on this show because it's the first WrestleMania. You didn't need the SmackDown tag titles.
Nope.
Didn't really need
that
the U.S. title.
That could have been on the pre-show.
You didn't really need the U.S. title.
That could have been cut. That's 4.
I mean, Intercontinental title you really didn't need.
That's 5.
What other? Oh, you're talking about the 2 Battle Royals.
Yes.
You're right. 2 Battle Royals. I think that's it. So
the Elias segment can go fuck off.
I'm okay with it.
I mean,
you're cutting 5 matches right there.
Okay, yeah.
So
you could put that in there.
So yeah, you could put it in there and keep the Alexa Bliss segment. She's the host. She got to be on there somewhere instead of just not. That's why I'm okay with the Alexa Bliss segments because you had to put her on.
Yeah,
the show
because she's a host, quote unquote.
You had to put her on there somewhere.
If you're going to put her over as a host, yeah, you need to put her on there.
And technically, you could probably get rid of the Raw tag team titles too. There's no storyline built up to it.
Exactly. You could have put both Raw and SmackDown tag titles on the pre-show even. No. So the Cruiserweight title we keep. Why not?
No, we keep.
Oh, I see.
We keep that, the Universal title, Owens and Styles, Miz and Shane, the women's tag titles only because they need to be established. WWE title, Reigns and McIntyre, I guess. Triple H you got to put on there. Angle you have to put on there. You have 10 matches. You just cut 6 matches out of there.
And that's a good, 20 minutes?
Because they're the shortest matches, yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, let's look it up here.
I think the longest ones are the Battle Royals.
No, actually, the Raw Tag Team title was. So,
because it was a four. No, it wasn't a 4-way.
Hold on. 10:30, 13:20, 10:20, 10:10. Yeah, you're running this down, aren't you?
Yep.
1 minute. 10. Oh wait, no, that stays. 6:05 and 4:05.
So 10, 20,
About an
30,
hour.
40, 54 minutes.
About an hour.
So you're cutting 54 matches of wrestling.
54. Yeah. Plus you got the entrances too.
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying that you're cutting 54 hours of wrestling
54
already.
minutes, not hours. You wish hours.
Yeah. So you're ripping out 54 minutes of.
So the
actual
show
wrestling.
ends at 11:30 instead of 12:30, which is way better than fucking 12:30. But at the same time, you could theoretically get rid of that dance break, which was like 5 minutes. You get rid of that. I mean, that will boost up whatever. But you can easily end the show at 11.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Easily. You can start it at fucking still 5 and end at fucking 11
Right.
with a pre-show. I mean, if they're going to keep having these matches, I'm okay with it. And there's three things they could do. You said make it shorter, which I absolutely 100% agree. Not everyone needs to be on the show. They don't. It's just you're not. Zack Ryder had no build. There's no reason for him to be on the show.
Especially,
not because I hate Zack Ryder. It's the truth. There's no build to this fucking feud. Why are they on the show? Even on the pre-show, should not even be on here.
Here's the other thing: is that there's this. I would disagree with this now more than I would maybe 4 years ago or 5 years ago, that everyone needs to be on the show, because nowadays they're building up SummerSlam and the Royal Rumble and I assume Survivor Series, maybe not, but they're building up 2 other shows to be almost as big as WrestleMania themselves. So they don't need to be on the one big show a year.
Especially the Royal Rumble now that they're doing stadium shows.
Exactly. So now there's more of a chance to be in a signature spot on a major show than, oh my God, if you don't get that WrestleMania payday, you're kind of fucked.
And at the same time, there's also theories, all the champions need to be on the show. That's not true either.
Well, here's the other thing about it.
There was the Intercontinental title was defended for like 9 years at a WrestleMania.
Right.
You don't need a 6-day April Fool's Raw Tag Team title match. You don't need it.
Well, here's the other problem with it, and we kind of alluded to this with the Sasha Banks thing, is that there's a lot of workers that there's a very real payday in being part of WrestleMania. Whether or not you're actually booked or not on WrestleMania means you get extra money from not just the revenue of being on the show, but the DVD sales, the pay-per-view sales, the WWE Network royalties, the all the stupid toys and T-shirts and shit that you're a part of. The cups. If your face is on a cup that's being sold, you get royalties. So I get why they want to put them all on the show, but in the same breath, if you go down the road of, well, if you have a match that's not really put together, who's that really on?
It's not creative. It's not WWE.
Yeah, that's the problem. And that's part of the reason why I think they're throwing everyone on the show, is because they don't want to sit there and go, well, creative had nothing for you for this show, so sorry, you missed out on a huge fucking payday.
And I get that, but at the same time, you also get the theory of, oh, these guys are on the road 300 days a year, put them on WrestleMania. Okay, fine, but that wasn't that case 6-7 years ago. They're on the show 300 days a year back then, too. They're not necessarily be at WrestleMania.
It didn't help 6 days before John Oliver basically saying WWE's a bunch of fucking assholes because of how they deal with their employees like they're fucking trash, because they're not employees.
Right, no, and I get that, but so go back to the theory, shorten it up. Mm-hmm. Another one is what Travis says, make it 2 days. Not gonna fucking happen.
I would hold judgment for one show, and that show is next year's Wrestle Kingdom, because they're doing that over 2 days.
I understand that. You can't do it with WrestleMania now, especially next year, now that SmackDown's on Fridays.
Okay.
You can't do that. you're going to put the Hall of Fame on Thursday, SmackDown on a Friday, NXT has to go on Saturday.
Right.
WrestleMania is not going to go Sunday to Monday.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the only reason why. SmackDown on Fridays nixed that idea. So it's not going to happen. Unless you start out Wednesday.
Well, here's the
which
thing.
I think is stupid.
Here's the other thing is that you'll have to do WrestleMania Saturday, Sunday. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
If you do it 2 days. So that means you need to have NXT Thursday. Really.
Where's the Hall of Fame going?
Did you even fucking watch the Hall of Fame?
I did not.
If there's a reason why there won't be anything but a non-televised Hall of Fame.
No, they'll televise it.
Okay, they won't do it live.
Yeah, they will.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
After what happened? No, I don't think so. I think it'll be a nice little...
I think it was stupid for what they did. I understand why they did it, because they had NXT on a Friday. They're not going to tear down the ring to put up a stage to have to tear it back down again. I understand why they did it. That's why they did it.
I do too.
Ring. But at the same time, maybe putting it... And the only reason they did it is because of the Madison Square Garden show. So maybe next year, Hall of Fame goes back to a Friday, then they set up the ring Saturday. I think that's what they're going to do. Hall of Fame. Well, it can't do Hall of Fame Friday because you got NXT. Where are you putting a Hall of Fame? It's got to be Thursday.
You're not going to put Hall of Fame as an actual show.
You have to.
No, you don't.
I think they will.
Absolutely not. Especially not with what happened this year. Absolutely not. It will not be anything more than a bunch of wrestlers at a fucking table like it used to be.
No, I completely disagree.
Well,
completely disagree.
Let's see how
they're
it
putting
happens.
way too much money off the table by doing that. They're not going to do that.
I think that after what happened this
That's
year,
why they're not going to have it in the ring anymore. They're going to put it on a stage.
it's not going to solve anything of that problem.
Yes, it will.
What? Because it's on the stage, they won't run up to the stage?
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
They never, dude. Okay, so the reason why you had fans, you could be able to sit like front row. That's the problem. When they're on the stage, you have all the wrestlers down there. The fans are in the crowd behind shit. That's why it hasn't happened. That's the only reason why I did this year, because security wasn't fucking there, and fans were closer to the fucking ring. There won't be that way when they're on a stage.
I disagree, but
you're blowing. Yes, it happened between. Obviously, we're referring to the Bret Hart thing, but I think people are. Yes, it happened, and it's sad that it happened. But I think people are blown away out of proportion. They're never going to do it in that ring again. They're going to go back to the stage.
Well, we'll
That's
see how
what
it
I'm
goes.
thinking.
But
I'm thinking they're going to have. If they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it on a Thursday. Now that SmackDown's on a Friday,
they could do it earlier in the day,
and then just have it live to tape.
Yeah, why not?
Well, and
air it after SmackDown.
How are they going to have it set up the ring?
They don't have to have it in the same venue.
I guarantee they will. They're going to book the Amalie Arena Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Obviously not Sunday and Monday, Tuesday, and you can't do Tuesday. But
I don't think they'll book that venue for Hall of Fame.
Where are you going to put it? The Sundome, or do NXT at the Sundome and do that at the Hall of Fame?
There you go.
You can do that.
I mean, I don't think it matters. I just don't think that they're going to have the shows running at the same time. I think they're going to have one on tape delay.
I think
that you're going to have SmackDown from 8 till 10, and then a live to tape version of the Hall of Fame ceremony right afterwards.
I don't think so.
I think so, because that would stop any major show that runs on Friday. That's streaming. So
I don't think so.
If you have Ring of Honor streaming Friday, no one's going to watch, SmackDown and the Hall of Fame. No, you.
That's why you put the Hall of Fame on Thursday.
Yeah, but no, you want them to watch SmackDown and the Hall of Fame, so you bundle the both of them. Because
no.
Well, here's the other problem is that you're going to have basically the go home show to WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah,
which I'm not sure that's going to be a good thing.
They're going to try it at least a year.
Well, yeah, of course they will.
I said when they moved it, just have it move back just that week to Tuesday.
I wouldn't be against that.
And
Call
then,
it WrestleMania week.
Yeah.
They usually end it,
And then you can do your Hall of Fame on Friday, NXT on Saturday, and then WrestleMania on Sunday.
Right.
You can do that. But if they're going to air SmackDown, which I think Fox is not going to do that. I think they're going to want it live.
Oh, I'm sure they won't want it live, but I think they'll want it live on Tuesday.
No, I think they'll want it live.
They'll get it right.
No,
they'll get SmackDown live on Tuesday.
No, I think they want it live on Friday.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen.
Because they're going to want that atmosphere of a WrestleMania weekend.
But they're going to get that. Well, they won't get that next week.
No. So I think they're going to want it.
See, that's
live.
the problem with doing fucking SmackDown on Fridays.
So I think Hall of Fame is going to be on a Thursday. People come in Friday or Wednesday, Thursday anyway.
Right. Well, we will be.
Yeah, we're going on Wednesday. So you have a Hall of Fame Thursday, which we're not going. SmackDown on a Friday, which we're not going. NXT on Saturday, WrestleMania on Sunday.
And then Monday, get the fuck out of
there.
Get
the fuck out for us, yeah. But you have a Raw on fucking Monday. And, that's probably what they're going to have to fucking do. I don't think the Hall of Fame is going to be taped. It might be taped. It may be taped on a Thursday and air later, but I don't think...
Okay. But the point is, I don't think it's going to be live.
Okay. I see your point. But I think it's not going to be the same, not going to be aired the same... Well, it might be aired the same night as SmackDown. I don't think it's going to be, taped the same night as SmackDown is what I meant.
Okay.
I
don't know. I don't know about that.
So, okay, we got the 2-day thing.
So that's option 2.
And then the third option is make the pre-show longer?
Oh, my God,
no. Start it earlier is what I mean.
Start the pre-show at 4.
No, start the pre-show 3. Have it end at 5. Start Mania 5, and therefore and then end it at 10. Perfect fucking time. End the fucking show at 10, 10:30, even 11 if you want to fucking have a 6-hour WrestleMania. But Steven...
Go fuck yourselves.
But I say start early. But again, Travis is like, well, what about the West Coast? It's a fucking Sunday. Most people are going to want to watch it or took the day off anyway. It
starts at noon. That would mean it would start for noon.
Right.
That's
starts
fine.
It starts at noon.
Most parties start at noon.
And then he's all like, well, what if they have to work? Who cares if they have to work? Most people are going to want to watch it or taking it off anyway.
Most people who want to work are working the Monday.
Right. And then it's the thing.
Which I could barely do. I made it through, but not without a lot of caffeine.
And I got fucking sick, so...
I mean, and that's the other problem, is that if you move the show... Or if you don't move the show, the people that also want to watch this show in Brit time are up till 5 fucking in the morning to watch this show. If you move it back a few hours, they can still watch the show. Everybody wins from the West Coast all the way to fucking Britland.
Right. And then Travis like, well, what about Australia? Fuck Australia.
Fuck Australia.
Who cares?
I watched your fucking show at 7 in the morning. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Or whatever the fuck it was.
Who cares about Australia? It's on the network. It's not like it's on paper. It is on pay-per-view, but you're on the fucking WWE network. You can literally watch it anytime you want. If people
for only $9.99.
What about spoilers? Don't fucking go on the internet. There's ways around. I did not look up anything for G1. I did not know who fucking won. The only thing I knew was that fucking Enzo and Cass fucking showed up. That was it.
Actually, I hate to say this, but Ring of Honor did themselves a huge pleasure if that was the only thing that you got out of the show in terms of spoilers. I mean, really?
And that's only because Chip was there and he fucking posted in the fucking chat, Enzo Cass invaded.
Yeah, but that was the only thing I saw about G1 too. And I'm not talking about Chip.
Oh, I didn't see it anyplace else.
I saw that here and there and everywhere on dirt sheets and shit like that, but nobody was talking about the card otherwise. And I have to give credit to Ring of Honor for doing it because it worked perfectly to their advantage. It drummed up interest in Ring of Honor by allowing basically Enzo Amore to be his shit can self. Because people got worked.
Right.
Legitimately, people got worked on this. And good for them. I don't know.
Okay, before I get to news and rumors, let's talk about this stupid superstar shakeup. I'm just going to... All the names that Raw got. Okay, so Raw got Styles, Miz, Ricochet, Aleister Black. The Viking Experience. Eric and Ivan, or should I say War Raiders. It's tags in a row.
Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. The NXT Tag Team Champions, right? Yeah. Nope, we don't know that. It's the Viking
So
experience.
what better way to debut the NXT Tag Team Champions by giving them new fucking names and not even mention that they're NXT Tag Team Champions?
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, you got Andre and Selena Vega. I'm happy they're together. I love Selena Vega.
He's
Rey
rubbing his
Mysterio.
belly.
I am rubbing my belly. Rey Mysterio, the Usos. I'm almost spelled backwards. EC3, Lacey Evans, Eric Young. Cedric
Not Sanity. Just Eric Young.
Just Eric Young. Cedric Alexander and Samoa Joe will be on the show, but he got super sick and they just cut everything he was supposed to do.
Oh, he's going to Raw?
Yeah, because Balor went to SmackDown for the
Oh,
Intercontinental
yeah,
title.
that's right.
So he has to go to Raw. So SmackDown got Roman Reigns, the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor, which is weird because I thought the Demon was the Intercontinental Champion, not Finn Balor. I don't know
Vacant.
I don't know who won the Intercontinental. I don't know how
It was this.
I don't know how Finn Balor beat.
It
the
was
Demon.
Sunday Night Heat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Elias, Bailey, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, Lars Sullivan, Buddy Murphy, Liv Morgan, Chad Gable, Apollo Crews, Mickey James, and Heavy Machinery.
Okay, so they split up. Well,
Rude and Gable, they split up the Riot Squad.
they split up Bailey and Sasha, obviously.
Right.
I find it interesting that they left Sarah Logan on the show that her husband's a part of.
Well, they moved Naomi to SmackDown or to Raw to where her husband got moved to.
That
So-
usually never happens.
No.
It's usually the opposite. They like to split up
Yep.
couples. And also, they've been kind of grooming Sarah Logan to be a Viking as well. So will she be part of the Viking experience? I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Nope. So that's Superstar Shake. Oh, by the way, and I do want to talk about this. The first 3 matches on Raw, 3 champions lost.
Really?
The Raw tag
Blank has pinned their Raw Tag Team Champions.
All right, so yeah, because it's Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. They're not credible anyway, so whatever.
Okay.
Balor loses in a great match to Andrade.
Andrade pinned the Intercontinental Champion.
And then the women's tag team champions got fucking pinned in like 3 minutes by Naomi and Bailey, who are split up now on different brands.
Naomi has pinned the women's tag team champions.
And it's a trope that WWE does. And me and Travis are going back and forth. I'm like, why? He's like, well, you got to establish new storylines, but
It's lazy.
But why? Andrade just pinned Finn Balor, who now goes to SmackDown. How am I supposed to take him fucking seriously now that, he just got pinned? Even though he beat Ali on SmackDown, how am I supposed to take the Intercontinental Champion seriously when he lost to a guy? It makes your champions look fucking weak.
You put him over on the way out.
But that going, it's the same fucking company, asshole. And then in the case of the tag team matches, I mean, oh, by the way, fucking, I said this before earlier, but the kind of lost on SmackDown again. Anyone else could have got pinned. In the Raw tag team match, it was an 8-man tag. Anyone else but the champions could have got pinned, but nope. Why?
It's the same booking. It's literally the same booking. It's the fucking same booking.
Right.
Guess what? They're lazy. What else is new?
They could have easily put Andrade against, somebody else on Raw that could have been moved. Like a Chad Gable could have had a great match. Andrade gets to win. Gable goes to SmackDown.
Lazy.
It doesn't matter.
Lazy.
It's fucking stupid booking.
Lazy.
And
booking.
And Travis is like, we're going to get to an argument about this. I'm like, yeah, we are, because you're absolutely wrong. I'm 100% right.
Especially considering, well, I assume you have those in notes, so I'll wait.
No, say it.
Creative? 2 people getting bounced out of
Yep,
creative?
I do.
Okay, yeah. So, one of my favorite
Let's talk about that now.
wrestlers.
Artie Evans.
Yes! Barrister Artie Evans is gone.
Apparently because he produced Bret Hart's Hall of Fame segment and Bret Hart thanked Vince.
Go fuck yourself.
I
you
don't-
can't fire me. I quit.
I don't believe he was going to get fired. He probably got reprimanded, and then he probably got pissed and says, I quit.
Yeah, considering how much shit they get thrown through the Raw Creative. Because let's be honest here, and I've talked to multiple people who have been part of the creative team now. Every single one says the same thing. They end up writing to what Vince is going to like at that moment, because if they don't, it usually gets rewritten so much to the point where they might as well not have written anything.
Road Dogg steps down as one of the head writers of SmackDown due to frustration over working into the wee morning hours and then Vince just changing it.
Yeah, so that's another person that said it. And I didn't even know that's what Road Dogg had said.
Yeah.
I just know that he stepped down.
And apparently Vince has dressed him up and down about Road Dogg not doing product continuation issues, which is weird because he was on SmackDown, who was really good at continuation when Raw is not.
That was the only thing going for SmackDown. That's such horseshit.
Yeah. I agree. Like it's stupid.
Vince McMahon, and it's time for him to step away as the main person in charge of the creative. His mind is someplace else, and it starts with X.
FL.
That too.
I don't know what the hell I got on my fucking screen, but it's nasty.
Ew. Road Dogg juice.
Probably. Undertaker signs a new WWE contract. No outside bookings except for the ones that he's already been booked for.
So, folks, if you haven't gotten your tickets to StarCast, now is the time to do it.
Because I guess he was going to go someplace in England. I guess he's still going to appear for a meet and greet, but Mick Foley's going to be a part of the show, and Undertaker can't be a part of the show. He can just be a part of a meet and greet or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Stupid. You want something really funny?
Yes.
You want to laugh?
Please.
Sexy Star.
Oh God. What did Sexy Star do today?
She is taking credit for the women's revolution in WWE.
What?
And she wants to join WWE to be a part of it.
What? You fucking mark.
Because she was wrestling men before the women were having good matches, therefore she was a part of the women's revolution.
Except she wasn't.
Candice LeRae won.
Yeah, years before Sexy Star ever did it. What
Right.
the fuck you talking
And by
about?
the way, you are fucking banned for life, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. What? She started the women's...
Apparently.
What the fuck? Is she high? Has she been doing all those Vampiro headshots?
She must have been.
Jesus fucking Christ. Are you fucking out of your mind? You fucking mark.
Okay, AEW has announced their Fight for the Fallen event. It would be July 30th at Daly's Place Amphitheater in Jacksonville.
Okay.
They've already announced a couple...
That was their second show, quote unquote?
Yeah, July.
Was that their... Because I remember them
They
talking
already
about
announced-
2 shows.
Yes.
Was this the second show, or is this a third show?
They have one... They have Double or Nothing in May. And
Right.
then I think this.
Okay.
And then they have one in September, I think. I'm not sure.
That's all in 2.
I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be all in 2, but I don't know where it's going to be. I thought it was going to be Jacksonville.
This goes to proceeds to Jacksonville's gun violence victims.
That's amazing. First of all, let's just quickly talk about AEW. Now, we've been on Dave Meltzer's ass about how they can't be the second largest
Because they haven't
company.
run a show yet.
They haven't run a show yet. But I will say they've done a great job from the optics of it, of putting together the pieces of potentially a really great promotion coming up.
Oh, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I just love the fact is like anything like big happens, it's like, oh, Luke Harper. Let's talk about it. Luke Harper's wants a WWE release. Oh, he'll be in AEW by May. Well, he's actually under contract till November, and WWE can extend that till May because he missed 6 months due to action.
Yep.
So the earliest he can go to AEW is May 2020. Or the earliest he can go is November if WWE does extend it. So, no. Like, I love how any big news shows up. Like the Sasha thing. Oh, she's going to AEW.
And then I'm not going to watch AEW because she's on it.
Right. Undertaker, taking outside bookings. He's going to AEW because he's involved with Starcat. No. Like, anything that happens, everyone's like, oh, AEW. It's like, but the Usos, their contract's coming up. They're going to AEW. Resigns with WWE. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, and that's what...
To be fair...
It's great that we have another company that people see as viable, but now it's getting super annoying. It's like...
Yeah, but this is... People want the Monday Night Wars again.
And they're not going to get it. Like
They're especially considering that Cody and the Bucks are running it not like an alternative, not like a direct competitor to WWE.
and I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, they wanted to compete with WWE." They never said that they wanted to compete with WWE.
They'd be stupid to do so, even if they did.
I love that how
their competition is Ring of Honor
and New Japan
and New Japan
right.
coming in. That's it.
Yes, absolutely. I love that how people are like, because I talked about how they may be going to TBS and they may be going to Tuesday nights. Everyone's like, oh, WWE's scared that they're moving SmackDown to Friday. WWE announced they're going to SmackDown Friday before AEW even existed. They're not scared. Fuck you. You guys are stupid as shit. They're like, oh, USA has a time slot open, so they're definitely going to USA. They can't go to USA because WWE's on USA. No, Tuesday nights. You idiot. You can't have two rival wrestling promotions on the same fucking channel. You can't have it. WWE has an exclusive contract with Fox and NBC Universal. They're not going to go there. They're going to go to fucking TBS, and that's it. Like,
actually, that's an interesting thought, because even though SmackDown's going to be on Fox, there will be a competing wrestling show on some Fox affiliates.
ROH.
Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder how that's going to work.
Well, Sinclair owns the channels. They don't own... Well, I think it'll be okay.
I think it'll be okay, because obviously they're going to shove Ring of Honor like they usually do at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday.
Right.
So,
like, yeah, but at the same time, actually, it depends. Like, it depends on what market you're in, because I know it's on ABC, Channel 13.
Yeah, because
here.
Sinclair owns the ABC affiliate.
Yeah. So it all depends on what Fox affiliates they have.
That's interesting.
But I don't think... But I think it's a little bit different.
It is a different thing, because it's a local channel versus a national channel.
Right.
You can't have...
Because there's some...
USA is still USA, whether it's Monday night or it's
right.
Tuesday morning.
There's still some... Like, at the same time, say House was still on. Great show. Say House is still on. It's on Monday nights at 8 on every Fox affiliate, no matter who owns that Fox affiliate.
Yeah, because Fox Primetime is actual Fox footage.
Right. So that's it. Yeah. So that's how that works. But I'm just a little bit like, and AEW's to do fine, but their competition, you're right, is ROH and New Japan. They're not going to compete with WWE. So I don't understand why people think, AEW is going to be way better. AEW is going to compete, knock WWE out of the business. Listen, they just signed
What the fuck?
Listen, they just signed a $2 billion dude. They're not going anywhere.
Not only are they not going anywhere, Vince McMahon is so far away from the WWE product, he's selling millions and millions of dollars of stock to start a whole different line of fucking work here, basically with the XFL.
Right.
So he's not worried. Why Joe Blow Mark, forgive me for saying it this way, but why should Joe Blow Mark be worried about AEW competing with WWE? You know what I mean? It makes no sense.
It's because everyone has, the WWE apologists. Listen, have you listened to our show for 7 years? We badge WWE probably more than any other fucking wrestling company.
Yeah.
But we're still going to talk about it because they're fucking WWE.
Yeah.
Like, they're the ones that bring in the dough. So, I mean...
They are the top echelon of wrestling. As much as people like to deny
as
that.
Much as Raw... We've been bashing WWE for the last fucking hour. As much as Raw's fucking sucked, SmackDown's good, NXT's fucking amazing. ROH has its flaws. New Japan has its flaws. I guarantee you AEW's going to have their flaws. It's not going to be a perfect wrestling company.
There is no such thing as a perfect wrestling company.
And you think there is.
Well, there was one.
2CW.
Yes.
But, I mean, you're not going to...
No, there was a flaw with 2CW. Their iPay-per-views were shit.
Their quality was.
Yes.
I mean, their
but that wasn't on them.
Their actual TV quality was, not the matches. So,
oh my god.
But
360p, anyone?
But I mean, you're not. It's going to be a totally different product, and like you said before, and I agree, and I'm going to say it again. Their competition is not WWE. Mm-hmm. It's going to be ROH. It's going to be Ring of Honor or New Japan. So I mean. And probably to a lower extent, it's going to be Impact because Impact wants to try to cater to that indie market.
I would say in 5 years, I would go back and look and say, okay, now could they compete? Maybe. Because they have the money behind them. But that's not what they should be doing.
No, and Cody...
And to their credit, they're not doing that.
And then I love how people are being like, oh, they're just a T-shirt company. Listen, they may just be...
fuck
no,
yourself.
listen. They may just be a T-shirt company, but they sell a shit ton of fucking T-shirts. So, fuck you. They know how to fucking market. So, they're probably the best... Like, and I love when people say that. Like, yeah, oh, it's owned by a T-shirt company. Yeah, the best fucking T-shirt company in pro wrestling right now. So, fuck you. Like...
WWE doesn't have shirts in Hot Topic. Really. They're not exclusive partners with them. The Bucks are. Bullet Club was.
I haven't been in Hot Topic in years. I don't know.
They're usually bootleg shirts if they're in there.
Okay.
But the point being is that they signed an exclusive contract with Hot Topic.
For the tween market, we got it.
Yeah.
Because fucking tweens are like the Young Bucks.
Have you looked at the Young Bucks? They look like they're 12 when they're 20s, okay?
All right. Let's see another fucking ridiculous thing. Superstar Billy Graham wants Kofi Kingston to do steroids.
What? Are you... What?
Okay, so Kofi's small, whatever. He's deserving to be WWE champion. It doesn't matter how big you are. But for superstar Billy Graham, the guy who has liver transplants because of overdoing steroids, the guy who's had knee and hip replacements and ankle replacements for doing steroids, wants the current WWE champion to do fucking steroids. How fucking stupid are you, superstar Billy Graham? Really? Really? I respect what you've done in your career, but you're fucking stupid.
No, he's not, actually. No, it's actually simpler than that. Get your beep out.
Oh, shit.
So I absolutely believe that he thinks that that's the way to fucking make that champion such a better person is to give him steroids. And if he dies, and that's why we have bleeping.
Wow. You said it, not me.
Writing that down.
Backstage interviewer Dasha Fuentes was released right before WrestleMania. She was hot. That's all about it.
That's sad.
Big E has a torn meniscus. He'll be out for a while. And Nia Jax needs double knee surgery because she tore both her fucking ACLs.
Ow. Jesus. Both her ACLs? Doing what? Carrying Tamina?
Wear and tear.
I'm on fire.
We'll get rid of that because that doesn't apply anymore.
What was it?
Styles hurt his hip, but he's fine.
Oh, okay.
Because I did this before 2 weeks worth of fucking shit.
Yeah.
WrestleMania Livegate was $16.9 million.
Livegate?
Livegate.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah. WWE's in dire straits.
Yeah. When their Livegate's the biggest it's ever been. We talked about Luke Harper's contract. Punishment Martinez will go by Damian Priest in NXT.
Okay.
AAA, I talked about last show, AAA is going to make a Madison Square Garden debut. It'll be September 15th.
They're doing Triple Mania there?
I just saw that they're coming September 15th.
I want to say it was they were planning on doing, which is quote unquote their WrestleMania is Triple Mania.
I thought Triple Mania was earlier in the year.
I thought so too.
But
I thought
June.
but I also thought that they were planning on doing this. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking it's like Road to Triple Mania, like they, like New Japan likes to do. Road to G1.
Right. Apparently during the Orton Styles match, I should have brought this up. We were talking about apparently during the Orton Styles match. If you were facing the stage, there was a huge blinding light at you, and you couldn't see the match.
A lot of people bitched all throughout the night.
Oh, I just heard about that match.
I heard so many different people bitching and complaining about lights all throughout the night. Some people got moved. Some people didn't. One of my favorite pictures was a gentleman who claimed he bought a $1,000 floor seat, and right in front of him is the boom camera. So he couldn't see anything.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, right on the floor.
That's why you don't buy floor seats.
Really, yeah, unless you're in the first 3 rows.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that were complaining about it.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Only a couple more things. Eli Drake apparently got released by Impact. Reportedly didn't want to wrestle Tessa Blanchard. We talked about this actually WrestleMania Sunday. Did you hear any more news about it, or?
I heard absolutely nothing about it. I'm still under the impression that's a work. But it's, okay. I mean, if it's, there's so many stupid fucking things in this business that would I put, maybe he said it as a joke. Maybe he didn't say it at all. You don't know. You weren't there. And we say this all the time. We don't know what actually happened. We don't even know if it actually happened. We don't know if he actually got released or not. We'll find out in about 2 months when he makes his debut at fucking PWG or something. But even then, that doesn't even doesn't even matter because a lot of them don't have exclusive contracts with Impact anymore.
No.
So, okay. And
maybe he was one of the ones that did, though. You never know.
Well, you and I both have, talked with him. Mm-hmm. And obviously, pulling back the curtain a little bit, you were produced in a segment with him.
Yep.
I've worked, talked with him backstage at the Impact show. He doesn't seem like that type of person. So it doesn't ring true to me. So I go back to, is it a work? B, was it actually said? And C, was he actually joking about it and not really legitimate about it?
Right. Okay. Apparently Los Angeles is the front runner for WrestleMania 37
God
in
damn it.
2021.
Fuck me.
No.
God fucking damn it. So
it looks like I'm going to Dodger Stadium in 2021.
Hey, LA? PWG, baby. That's happening. Here's what I think. If they're not actually going to do Philly next year, or not Philly,
2021, or Los Angeles,
they're not going to do Los Angeles and they'll do Vegas. They'll probably do LA the following year, but I think they're going to bring Philly in 2026.
Why 2026?
Really? The 250th birthday of...
Oh, that makes sense.
They're doing all sorts of different things that year.
That makes sense.
Why not WrestleMania?
That's true. WWE has signed, which if you watch NXT, Kushida, fucking amazing.
Unbelievable.
Shane Strickland.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
I was watching the WrestleCon Super Show. It was the Memorial Super Show the Thursday of WrestleMania weekend. And everyone was saying, well, this is my final match as an independent wrestler. I'm like, is he retiring or did he get signed? I didn't hear anything about it. And oh, shit.
And WWE also signed Humberto Garza. I don't know who that is. Garza Jr.?
Garza Jr., yeah.
One last thing, and I think this is fucking hilarious because it involves fucking New Jersey.
As usual.
The New Jersey Transit had people waiting till 2:30 in the morning after WrestleMania because, quote, WWE didn't let them know that WrestleMania was going to run so late.
What? Was Chris Christie in charge of that?
Had to be. Because
he didn't get his paid, mate.
I guess they closed the transit down like 11 o'clock. You think that, the lights being on and all the people being still there that they did. Plus, at the same time, you know what? I looked to see how long WrestleMania was going to be. WWE Network, when it fucking told you 2 weeks before the show how long it was going to fucking be.
How long was it on WrestleMania 29? When did we actually fucking leave?
11.
So keep in mind,
it was a 4-hour show.
It was a 4-hour show, but it was 11 when the show ended.
Yes.
And we got in the car and got the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it ended for people walking down, going to the transit lines and getting the fuck out of there.
Right.
So that's 80,000 people. That's at least another hour or two.
Right.
Why the fuck did they think that was
Gonna end. They said it was going to end at 10:30. They were told, WWE told them 10:30.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's all in New Jersey. WWE issued a statement saying that we're sorry that we inconvenienced you, but at the same time, it's not WWE's fault. It's fucking New Jersey Transit's fault.
Right.
They had people waiting for fucking till 2:30 in the morning. Some people didn't get back to their hotels till fucking 5 a.m.
That's why you have a car.
Right. And the hotel I was looking at was actually right next to MetLife Stadium, so we could just walk.
You know,
was super cheap,
it's funny you should say that, because when we were down there last time, they fuck you something terrible.
They force you to go on the turnpike.
Yes. And when they force you on the turnpike, it's a minimum $10 charge.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying $35 to $40. I don't even remember what it was.
It was like $40 parking.
Yeah, it was stupidly expensive. Then you pay another $10 to get on the fucking turnpike, because go fuck yourself.
Yep.
And why? You know, I don't understand why they thought that was going to be a cool thing to do.
I mean, for a state, I get it. More money, I understand it. It's stupid and it's shitty, but I understand it. I
yeah,
get
but
it.
MetLife Stadium isn't owned by the state. It's owned by a private company, isn't it?
No, but the turnpike's owned by the state.
Yeah, but that's my point, is that
it doesn't matter who owns the property. It's in New Jersey. It could have been a contract. It's like you put it in New Jersey, you put it here in New Jersey, you got to force people to leave by the turnpike.
That's collusion.
So?
It's bullshit.
It's New Jersey.
Fair point, yes. Home of my favorite governor and should have been president but wasn't, Chris Christie.
Yeah, okay.
He will always be my president. Hashtag, that's my president.
Because he's fat.
Duh. And he's a mob boss. Why would you not want a mob boss as the president? Hey, we have a WWE Hall of Famer as an alternative.
You fucker.
Yeah. So, and on that terrible disappointment.
So we talked about NXT. We talked about G1. We talked about Mania. We talked about the Superstar Shakeup. We got news and rumors out of the way with. And it only took us about 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Give or take.
God fucking damn it.
So what should we talk about the next time?
That's why I fucking hate doing this fucking show. This particular show.
Yeah, this is always a nightmare. This is
because even if we go to WrestleMania, I got to rewatch it anyway.
Right.
So if I'm like with you, I don't pay attention. I got to rewatch it anyway.
Yeah, well.
Like, oh my God.
I'm usually bitching all fucking day.
Yeah, and this is Sleazy's fucking time where he's on his period.
Yep.
Every fucking year where he's a fucking jaded mark. Where WrestleMania is like.
Yeah, because I watch actual shows that are decent or different or fun, and then I have to go to WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. Next time on the show, God, I guess Money in the Bank preview, or we do a watch along.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
sure.
I am going to Money in the Bank, so.
Well, we definitely have to preview it so we can see how disappointed you'll be.
Last row, upper deck. Woo! If I'm not dead by then, Jesus Christ.
Couple quick things. Once again, I talked about it earlier, talking about now while Fat Man's here. WNY PodCon Showcase in Niagara Falls. We will be there. We'll also be doing a live set there. That's August 3rd. It's $10 to get in. We're not the only ones going to be there. It's going to be huge. At the Frontier Fire Hall in Niagara Falls, New York. We have a shirt. Yes.
And by the way, I won't be able to stay the whole time. I already have previous engagement that night,
go fuck yourself.
Which got moved forward now. I'm like, motherfucker.
God damn.
Well, I already told her that I'm going to be late, so.
Well, guess what? But yeah, Fat Man and I will be there to do a show for sure. I'll be there all day. We also have a new shirt coming out. Pre-orders will start. What?
We got to get that in at least once a show. I hope you fucking step on a Lego.
Yes,
we have to.
You have to put it over. I hope you step on a Lego. Wow, Lego. Gotta botch it at least once.
Racist motherfucker.
It's been too long of a show already.
This is our WrestleMania.
Yes.
No, wait. This is our Super Card of Honor. It's still
Jesus
fucking going
Christ,
on.
yeah. I hope you step on a Lego, thewrestlingshow.com. First t-shirt pre-orders will start April 30th on thewrestlingshow.com, or you can get a hold of me directly at sleazyandthefatman@gmail.com. The actual order will go through sometime within the weeks after that, and they will be available any place that you can find Sleazy and the Fat Man, including at the WNY PodCon Showcase, as well as Excite Wrestling. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the show. Thank God.
Pretty much it. Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, we could do another 2 hours on horse shit, but...
I don't want to talk about fucking Impact that long.
Wow. Also true. But that's pretty much it. So for Sleazy...
For the Fat Man.
This is the wrestling show. So thank you guys so much for listening. God damn it, I'm fucked. Peace.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain, I'm the world gone sad.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.